Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the voice of the people. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling.
Hey, Daddy.
You fight with nobody.
This a dollar beat. This a dollar beat.
BoxingVoice.com.
You won the belt with
Hey,
nobody.
Daddy.
BoxingVoice.com.
This a dollar beat.
You never gonna get the fight, man. You're a horrible fighter. Payday,
BoxingVoice.com.
payday. You want payday. I know that. Oh, look this guy. There's a plan to go for the belt, and I'm coming, man. I'm coming, my friend. Get the fuck out of here, man. Please, get the fuck out of here, man.
BoxingVoice.com.
Because I'm gonna fuck you out right now, motherfucker.
BoxingVoice.com.
Good morning, TBV. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. I am your host, NesGTO. Find me on Instagram and Twitter as such. And I'm joined alongside the new Floridian, Dumatron.
Dumatron is activated. What's up, y'all? Gervonta Davis, Isaac Cruz. Y'all never thought it would have turned out like that, and we're here to speak our mind on it.
Yeah, man. Not just Tank though. I mean, we're gonna go ahead and give our immediate reactions to both fights since we were in Vegas and LA for both big fights in the lightweight division. And I guess we'll talk the lightweight division. You know, obviously we've both gotten a chance now to meet Kambosos personally and talk to him. I mean, I spoke to him. I don't know if you got a chance to, but you know,
Spoke to his manager.
it's just on fire right now, this lightweight division, and there's some recapping to do. You know, I'm seeing a lot of hatred. I see people talking about, did Tank win the fight? And it's like, champ, do you even know how to score? Like, what were you guys scoring? Like, did Tank win the fight? What's that even mean? You know, things like all lightweights showed vulnerability. I don't know that. I mean, did you see JoJo Diaz hurt Haney to the fact where he looked vulnerable? Is that fair if they say that about Haney, that he showed vulnerability in this fight? I thought it was pretty much, you know, JoJo landed some punches. He landed some punches. It's a fight, right? I didn't see him show vulnerability though.
Yeah, I don't really understand, when two high-level fighters get into a ring, how is it that you're going to say that he's vulnerable if he took a couple of punches? That's why it's a higher-level fight. This was definitely a step up also in competition, I believe, for Devin Haney's career. And not that he hasn't fought, some good opposition as of late with Linares, but what I'm saying is that you start to see that he's staying at a certain level of competition. Now, when you up your game, you're obviously gonna be in there with guys that are just as good or even better than you, and you have to make do with what you can do and put together in that ring. Yeah, he got touched up a bit, but it wasn't like he was hurt. I never throughout the fight, and again, I have to watch the fight a second time, You know how the Dumatron does. He likes to analyze stuff. So I'll be looking into seeing what exactly were the strong points and weak points in that fight for Devin Haney. But at face value, first time I saw it, I was there, live. Got the Jumbotron and everything up there, and I'll be honest with you, he fought a great fight, disciplined throughout the whole entire fight. He didn't allow JoJo's, style to get him mixed up into a fight that, would have favored JoJo. So, what you got to do is just ask yourself, what was he able to do? How was he able to kind of nullify? And as my good friend Pat says, mute him. He was muting him at times with some of the things that JoJo is really good at. And, for me, man, JoJo, man, damn, the crowd was going crazy for JoJo. It was a big JoJo crowd there. And I was excited, and I was actually very, very, very happy in the way that he was performing. Up until like the halfway through the fight, I'm like, damn, man, am I going to see a different wrinkle here? Am I going to see him kind of start to switch up styles and entrances into that forward march? Because that's what it was. It was just high guard forward march. And when he was in range and he could touch Devin, it was good, but it was hardly that much times that I could count where, he was in good range and was able to really let off on him constantly. So, yeah, JoJo, for me, could have kind of, switched up combinations or maybe even speed and tempo, but he kept it the same tempo, and I think that made it very easy for a guy like Devin Haney, who's a boxer. You can give him the puncher, but he's a boxer. And, guys like that, you cannot let them settle into, a pace where it's just one-dimensional. You got to really break that up. Devin Haney had not I'm not going to say he had an easy night, but he wasn't in the ring with something he hadn't seen before, I believe. But the intensity was a little higher at times, and he did get caught, but never saw him hurting us.
Yeah, I didn't see him hurt either. But obviously, he took some shots. It seems maybe he's vulnerable to the left hook, even the right hook because of the southpaw. Even though it really, for me, it wasn't the right hook, actually. It was more of the back left hook. That's the one that seemed to be landing on.
Yeah, on Haney.
Haney,
yeah, you're talking about Haney. Yeah, Haney's back right hook is a punch that he likes to use a lot. I think that it suits him well because of his range.
No, I'm saying, and Haney doesn't have a back left hook. It's
right
JoJo.
Hook, right hook.
It's JoJo that I'm saying. His back left hand is what Haney was, suspect to. Like, he was able to get clipped with that, not with the right. He was blocking
I thought you were talking about Devin Haney's right hook. Sorry, yeah. Look, he caught him, but it wasn't shots that really did anything to shake him up. Speaking about Devin Haney's hook, the right backhand hook, he was able to get around JoJo's guard plenty of times, that high guard. And, of course, the jab. The jab was always there for Devin. And he's an excellent fighter on the back foot. Like, the crowd was going crazy for JoJo. They're sitting there and watching it live. The energy in the stadium, it was it was big for JoJo. But quite frankly, you just got to just be honest with yourself and see the fight for what it is. It's a boxing match, and Devin Haney was the better boxer that night. It's just simple as that. There was no contention really from JoJo. When the fight was announced that he was winner, Devin Haney, and you saw JoJo just kind of okay.
Turn that landscape, champ. So one guy suffered a hand injury in Tank. So people are calling this his toughest test, and that Cruz gave him his best fight, and Cruz went the distance. But again, I feel like there's some sort of disdain for Tank or something, because at the end of the day, he did all this with a injured left hand, which as a southpaw, that's his power hand, so to speak.
How early was he injured? Did he say? I didn't catch anything.
Well, the replay, we have it on the thumbnail. I think that was the third round. It was one of those uppercuts that Isaac blocked.
Yeah. Okay. So you really believe that that's when it broke, or that's where he told the press that he believes it was broke? Because yeah. I saw that clip. I don't know. It was blocked almost with the wrist, by Cruz.
But you see what it caused? It caused his hand to ricochet off Cruz's wrist. Shout out to Cruz. Good defense. He leaned into that and had his fucking hand on the phone, being disciplined. Both good fights from all four men. It would be good now for JoJo. That's just not the world we live in. But if we did live in a great world, JoJo and Pitbull would be next. And guess what? That's a better style than Devin and Tank in those respective fights. Like, these two are going to go in there and, you know, you seen Tank was using the ring and using pivots. He didn't want to be in there with no fucking, Pitbull in the fire. Now, that could also be because the hand was hurt. So he didn't have the tools necessary to be in that fire. You know what I mean?
It was crazy because during the later rounds, you start to see Gervonta Davis fighting on the back foot. You know, it was a constant forward march by Isaac Cruz. I think that we have to be impressed with Isaac Cruz's performance. First title he's fought for. You know, this is the first time he's in a championship fight. I think that he showed great discipline. We got ourselves another dog in that division. You're going up against Gervonta Davis. You got to give him that caliber. I mean, styles make fights, obviously, but when was the last time we've seen Gervonta Davis, actually, settle into more of his boxing abilities? We don't get to see that as often as we want because he's finishing guys and obviously walking forward and throwing his power shots, but he showed different wrinkles. Floyd Mayweather was, really, really, really big on talking about this, making sure that the public understands that it's a boxing. It's a boxing business. It's hit and not get hit. But when you're a guy like Gervonta Davis and you're used to seeing him knock guys out, the crowd and the people can kind of like shift a little bit. Oh man, what happened? You got a guy you never heard about, doing what he did and being able to last.
But that's my thing. Like, there are people out here trying to make it seem like this was a tough fight, trying to make it seem like maybe Tank won. The reporters like. Look at the questions they're asking Pitbull. Even Pitbull in his post fight is like he got up and he's like, "Oh, you hear the crowd, you know who won," and it's like, no, stop. You got a moral victory. We like you more. Cool, you did good. Cool, but we know Tank was hurt. I mean, I'm showing the screenshot here. You can see his hand is just like exploded. It's so big. So it's just like it's so swollen.
The picture, because I'm not, I'm waiting for my other phone to turn on, but the picture that you're showing is the hand after the fight, like hospital already?
Yeah, after the fight. Okay. He posted it on the story. And look, whether it's broke or not, it was a sprain, it could be a fracture. They're swelling. He couldn't use it. And me and Doomy were sitting next to someone who noticed we knew about boxing. He's like, yo, he's not using his left hand. And when he told me that, I'm like, shit. He's not using his left hand. You know what I mean? So, yeah, Pitbull did good. He got some new fans. I'm one of them. But let's stop lying, man. Let's stop acting like, oh, this was a tight fight, or, oh, this dude Pitbull won and he got robbed. Like, I see dudes talking about robbery, bro. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, you're what's wrong with the sport. You are exactly what's wrong with the sport because you're diluting it by trying to confuse people. Don't go on here lying, man. Talk about that man's skills that with one hand, he was still pivoting and hooking the shit out of Isaac. Still doing his thing, Yeah. And he showed boxing skills. We all wanted to see boxing skills. He showed you that for the first half with two hands. Then he showed you with the second half with one hand. When we thought, oh, he's just a puncher, he showed you boxing skill. It was an impressive weekend. But go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you.
No, Champy. It's and again, it just goes to show you that, boxing fans sometimes are fickle, man. And it's always, what have you done for me lately? And the last time we had Gervonta Davis in the ring, it was a different performance.
See if you hold that mic a little. Yeah,
it's a different performance.
Now
when
you're in business.
I know. We have a performance issue sort of thing, it's like, what have you done for me lately as a fan, right? And it's like sort of like the Mike Tyson stigma, you knocking guys out. That's all they expect from you. Keith Thurman knocking guys out. Oh, all of a sudden he hits that competition wall and things are a little different. I think that the boxing fans just need to understand that as competition gets elevated, this is what happens. I think that the excuse that the boxing fans have right now is that nobody was really hammering about Isaac Cruz. Nobody was clamoring about him and saying that he was the next best thing. But this was a guy who was given a chance as a replacement and made the best of it.
Yeah.
And now he's in that division. Look, you're already wanting to throw him in there with JoJo.
Yeah, hell yeah, that would be a good look. In a perfect world, that would be a good fight. Obviously, JoJo's across the street. We'll probably never see that. But yeah, in a perfect world, that's a great fight. But listen, yesterday I got a call from Jorge Caputillo, and he's like, yo, I'm having a debate with my cousin and father, and it's like, do you think Isaac Cruz got pay-per-view back-end money? I'm like, fuck no. Fuck no. Because they were debating that he deserves it, maybe based off the performance, maybe based off the fact that he was a over. You know what? Let that be the topic of the day. JoJo and Isaac had more fans in the building than both A-sides. I said JoJo and Isaac had more fans in each building, Las Vegas and LA, than both Devin Haney and Tank.
Arguably.
Nah, ain't no argument. Ain't no argument.
No,
You tripping.
arguably.
Why? What's your argument? Give me your debate, because I seen and heard way more Mexicans at Tank's fight.
Yeah.
Tank got booed. Well, Devin Haney definitely got booed. He definitely got booed, and that shit was, you could hear that, you know.
No, listen, I would argue that it was an even crowd, but I did not expect to hear that tone of boos. and it was pretty loud.
Listen to me, Will. I'm calling him Will and shit. Bill's sister was behind her. Well, you was behind me, and she's like, "Damn, did you hear that?" It was clear as day. Those two Mexicans came out for them respective fights, and the crowd went crazy.
Crazy. No,
crazy.
Mexico was in the house for sure.
I couldn't honestly. I know people gonna call it like, "Are you shocked? It's the West Coast. We know Mexicans love I get y'all, but you had to be there to hear it. It was like, whoa. To hear it. You know, it wasn't no little. Yo, matter of fact, they was even
going
saying
back to the Isaac Cruz pay-per-view and
does he deserve?
The question, the question of him maybe getting that. I think that why it would be no, right? Normally, but like if I don't know how big the portion would be, but I mean, why not? I mean, he saved that card essentially. Like he was ready.
If you want me to be an optimist, I'll give you both sides of it, right? So thinking optimistically, I heard Sean Gibbons in the post-fight press conference say Al called him and that he was happy immediately after the fight. So maybe you get a little bonus.
Yeah.
Being a pessimist and knowing boxing, living in the reality I live in, no, you're a 2-week replacement. You don't get nothing. You got what you got. Recognition, validity, popularity. You're known now. Thank you. Like you went in Tank's room and said thank you. You got to think. You can't ask for back end. Again, if they give it to you because you overperformed, cool. You know, but I don't expect for him to get back in, and I don't think it was on an original contract. No fucking way.
Original contract,
on a
no
2-week
way.
notice, insane. No way. That's an Al Heyman bonus. I see that.
Yeah. I see a bonus. But pre-written in the contract, like as soon as they told him, I don't think so. I think that the opportunities, the big opportunities are coming now.
Hold the mic, Mister. I want to use my phone.
Nah, we weren't ready for the other one. And listen, being honest with you, the opportunities are coming now for him. You know, the big opportunities for Isaac, I think, will come now. And maybe we could talk about that sort of stuff being written into a contract, but. A bonus is definitely could be there. I mean, Al takes care of his fighters, and you know that place was packed. And sorry, but Gervonta Davis and Isaac Cruz, that was a different crowd, man. I mean, it got up to one point where I was like, I thought I was at the club. Like I literally was rubbing shoulders with everybody.
Gervonta's fight, right?
Yeah.
I'm so happy that you went, because when I went to the Atlanta one, you wasn't there, and I keep telling people it's a movie, and I'm also disappointed, you know. Like, it's unfortunate that I have to report and that Bill will have to hear that Tank's the bigger star, man. You know, that shit was insane again. in another fucking part of the world. He did it again. Bruh, it was crazy. Like, first of all, there's a different caliber of woman at Tank's fight. We 96, well, now we 94, right? What was it, 93? We keep bringing the women in, baby. Listen, it's a different caliber of woman at Tank's fight. It's a different tax bracket at Tank's fight. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy, bro. This one was even. See, I thought, oh, this looks like this because it's Black Hollywood. It's Atlanta, hot Atlanta. They starving for an event. Nah, he did it in L.A., ladies and gentlemen. That boy is a star. Magic Johnson was there again. He had who he had? Mute yourself if you're not gonna talk. He had what the fuck is this guy's name? Dr. Irvin over there in the last one.
Yeah. What's up? The mic's hitting my shirt or something?
Yeah, I'm getting feedback. Oh. But yeah, he had Dr. Irvin at the last one. I mean, look, there was just so many people in this fight. Celebrities, A-listers. Like he's just different. You know, I know people are gonna say, well, it's the Floyd love. It's the, you know, but that's what the smart move was. You know, Devin could have signed to Floyd and been in the same predicament. And he's getting there on his own. But you know, fighting on a Saturday and fighting on a Sunday, it has to be reported that Tank shit sold out. They scaled the top bowl off. It was still a great event. Like, it was still amazing. MGM was rocking, you know, but it was just slightly different at Tank's fight. You know, there was even more Mexicans. Obviously, there was a bigger crowd. There was maybe double the audience. Tank's fight was 16 and some change sold out, and we don't know the number of Devin's. Devin's had that card was good though. McCaskill, Jesus. Yeah. Champ Side was sitting next to me. I can't believe he wasn't paying attention to the fight. I'm like, damn, how don't you like this fight? Like, that was crazy. McCaskill she's a killer, yo.
Yeah, why?
I don't know that she got power like that.
Why it was durable? Her opponent was durable.
Yes.
I personally thought that, you know, she was going to go, you know, maybe the full fight. But McCaskill's just a freaking monster. I love her ability to get on the inside and really, really make these fighters uncomfortable. And every shot she was throwing, man, I mean, her endurance is crazy. Every shot she threw was to knock her out.
Yeah.
Every shot in the inside, her face, I mean, said it all. It's beautiful, you know, for somebody that I know, I understand, you know, what kind of grit you got to have and what kind of aggressiveness you got to have in order to really, really get somebody out of there. And McCaskill has it, man. I don't know where she gets it. She's a phenomenal person, very nice person. But she is a monster in that ring. And, I mean, she took care of business. She took care of business. Was it the night before? I'm lost, guys, because I've been traveling for like a week. But, yeah, man, she really took care of business. And, I mean, who's next, man? Who's next for McCaskill?
I want the Katie Taylor rematch. I think Katie Taylor, I don't think she undisputed. And, yo, that's my dog. I don't think she undisputed. And if she did, you know, Clarissa undisputed in one division and is attempting to do it in another or has already done it. Crawford did it in one division and wants to do it at the welterweight division. Katie, who's the biggest star, like Canelo, like Crawford, like everybody before me, Tank, they're the ones that's supposed to move up. But let's not forget, Jessica already done that. She fought Katie at a lower weight. She's at 47, a weight that she ain't even supposed to be at to be great. So Katie needs to do the same. Give her the rematch. Don't suck her down because it'll be her biggest fight, even though she already fought her. You know, and make it happen. I think that's the fight. The problem is I think Katie still wins because she's just straighter. You know, McCaskill is over the top, and her combinations are slow. It's like 1-2 combinations with more. She's putting more into it, but I don't know that she got that power. Like Katie is just, she's straighter, more fluid. Boom, boom, boom. And it's 3 pieces, 4
I
pieces.
think Katie's a different animal. Obviously, Wyatt was, you got what you got from her. Tough girl, durable, but
Mike, champ, hold that.
tough, tough girl, But Katie's a whole different beast, and Katie is she throws more punches. She's a more high volume puncher, but I don't think that it's too much of a gap. I think that her punching combinations are just a little different from McCaskill. Now, we saw what McCaskill was able to do to
Wyatt.
Oh my, no, not Wyatt. The person that she took the titles
Baracus.
from. Baracus. She was a boxer, and she was able to nullify all that crap with that aggression.
Yeah, but that's her thing. She's the female version of Margarito, but does she got Margarito power? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think the Wyatt stop, they stopped it. She was still in it. She still wanted it.
She was. Yeah, listen, the fighter's gonna be in it until they're carried off on their shield or they give up. But she was taking too much punishment. I mean, listen, it's the aftermath, man. Once you get out of that ring, you go to the locker room, then you start to really feel the shit that you just took. It's unnecessary, and she was gonna just keep taking more. So yeah, she could have probably taken a few more. She's a tough gal, but unnecessarily, man, unnecessarily.
I got. Let me see here. Jennings.
Call you, let me see.
Jennings says Haney moves up if he doesn't get George or Tank. Yeah, I think so, but he also told me that, he now makes the weight easier. He's gained an inch. He's gotten taller. He's learned more. Remember, he was 22, man. He's learning how his body works and how he can, manipulate his body. So he just turned 23. I don't know that it's time to leave yet, because I wanted to see him hurt JoJo, and I can't discredit Haney for not doing that because JoJo's never been down and he's never been stopped. So I just wanted great things for Haney, so I wanted him to be able to stop or put down JoJo, but he got the win, and at a certain point, it's gonna be about that, about who can stop him from getting the win. It ain't gonna be he don't got power. It's gonna be who can defeat him, because they're gonna want to see him lose after a certain point. He'll still be this young, flashy kid that he is, that's undefeated, that hasn't gone down, unlike most of them. Him and Tank, I think, are the last for not touching the canvas, right? Because everybody else, I think, has.
Yeah, the crowd went crazy when we had Isaac Cruz come in with his left foot and kind of tripped Gervonta, and he fell. I don't know who thought it was a knockout, but when he fell, everybody in the crowd went nuts. They really everybody thought that something might have happened, but it was just a trip with the front legs kind of running into each other. Isaac angling out, but it was definitely something that got everybody crazy when that happened. These fighters, they end up, as they continue fighting and they're undefeated, they get this aura of invincibility around them. And sometimes I think that that's crazy for them, because I know that they're really hard on fighters, in boxing especially, if they take one L. Not so much like in MMA where these guys could come back, loss after loss, and the people still love them. But Devin Haney making that weight, I don't know, man. That's kind of surprising to me, because from what I was always hearing is that, he's getting bigger, that weight, might not be as easy as to make.
Yeah, that was
and now
the
all
talk.
of a sudden it's the formula is there. So I'm curious to know what exactly is it that they're doing in Team Haney that makes it easier now.
I mean, you're doing it more, bro. You're a professional now. It's your job. It's consistency too. Because he said that they didn't really change anything, but that this one was easier to make than the last. That's all, And then he said, look, I even got an inch taller. I'm just growing. I was 22. I'm still young. I'm learning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm not rushing him. I want the undisputed fight. because that's the new fad, and I'm using air quotes. Everybody wants to be undisputed these days. Meanwhile, Tank is not, and he's the highest, goal to attain in this division. If you can get in a fight with Tank, you made it. So, and it's funny, speaking about it, getting in a fight with Tank, Mayweather and Tank coming for Ryan on that post fight, huh? Sheesh. But it's Ryan's fault too. I mean, Ryan is out of here. He just be tripping, man.
He's out of control.
I know, man. It's just like every time someone else fights, he wants to talk. It's so unfair. Right away, Tank fought. Ryan comes out and he says Gervonta gets away with fighting C-level fighters. Out of all the lightweights, he's the weakest. His toughest test was Leo Santa Cruz. Almost lost tonight. Bring it on. I've been calling you out for a while, which is a complete lie. Like, you say you want the fight on social media, but you never take the fight. Like, this is the only guy in the division that had fights negotiated with Tank, Pacquiao, Javier Fortuna, Luke. Well, I ain't gonna put Luke because he finally fought him. Devin Haney and one other person. Who is it? JoJo Diaz. Think about that. He was supposed to fight JoJo. He was supposed to fight Javier. He was supposed to fight Manny. He was supposed to fight all these people. Devin and Tank. Ellerby called to make the fight. They say, now we busy. We want to do a fucking exhibition with Pacquiao.
Well, that's what Mayweather said. That was the detailed breakdown that Leonard Ellerby gave at
but
the
that's
presser
old
when he was
news.
asked.
But that's old news. We interviewed Leonard and he told us. We contacted him. They said they had something going on with Pacquiao and that shit never kicked off. That's what I'm saying. His fights never happen. All he do is fight on social media, and it's aggravating at this point. And he wasn't done. He had way more to say. He says, I
think that the kickback for Ryan, the lashing, is that he's not fighting. So why are you
talking
on social media talking so much? He's been going through what he's been going through as far as his mental health and whatnot. I don't know how long that shit takes to get together, but people want to see you fight, Ryan, and Camboso's won. Everybody came out the woodwork. Now this happens with Gervonta. Ryan comes back with the woodwork shit. And you gotta fight. You gotta fight in order for the public to really back you up on what you're saying, because it makes you look bad when you're not active and you're asking for fights that.
You know what generation this is, and you're still not holding the mic. You ain't even smoke yet. Keep the mic, champ.
Yeah, it's hard to hold the mic. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's just right there. You just got it, like champ.
Yeah.
Yo, but I'm gonna go to this because you made me lose my train of thought.
Why I always got to make you do something? Shut up.
Because you have that power. We got Ryan Garcia who says, we all know Luke Campbell is better than all of Tank's opposition. Tank can't beat me. He knows that. And Mayweather knows that. I'm too fast and I got too much accuracy. Come on, Mayweather. You can't protect him forever. Then he says, he said it's easy work. Well, then it should be easy to run it. My man is a liar, and his pants is on fire, man. He need to stop, man. He need to stop. Why? Why is he like this? Why?
I mean, is Pedraza better than Campbell?
Hell yeah. Pedraza's a two-time world champ.
Two-time champ.
Campbell's a never times champ.
He got the Olympian thing going
Campbell's
for himself.
a never times champ. He's never been champ.
Yeah, so why would he say that?
Bro, because he's crazy. He's delusional. Listen, when you got 8 million people that are going to yes man you going to believe the shit you talking.
Yo, how about we get Ryan and Rolly on the comeback? Yeah.
Ryan will never fight Rolly. You seen that sparring? Not because of and I'm not saying that's how it goes, but he knows, all right? Like, you spar people and you get the better of them, but like, man, I don't want to, that nigga, he too, wild, Nobody wants that style. That's why they was always hard to fight Porter. Like, and I'm not calling Rolly anything like Porter, but he is rough and tough. He is
definitely
rough and tough, man. You can't.
Yo, real quick, let's get the super chat.
Casual. I got Casual Runs Boxing says Devin couldn't hurt the little guy. No power. Cloud emoji. Cloud emoji. Cloud emoji. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. They are gonna knock Devin for the power, but eventually, it's gonna be like, damn, why they can't stop this dude who allegedly don't got power?
I think that he has that Mayweather effect, so to speak, thing, man, and it's time will tell on his ability to keep winning. So people are eventually gonna have to, just kind of come to terms with what the style is, man. And Floyd Mayweather did it the way he did it. Pretty boy Floyd, knocking guys out, putting them down. Boom, he switched his style. Said, you know what, man? I need to have longevity. And guess what? That's the style to have in longevity. And I'm not hating on that style for one bit. Look, I was on that Floyd Mayweather hate train for like fucking 1 fight, 2 fights. After that, I'm like, what am I looking at here? I'm like, what the hell am I looking at here? This guy's beating them all, making them look stupid. Why am I mad at him? Why? This. Culturally, when you come from the Mexican style and that rough style, and I've grown up with that style, just beat the shit out of you. you that's what you want to see. And that gives you this illusion that that's the way a man fights. No. I soon realized that that's all a lie. And fighting is fighting. Yeah. Hit and not get hit. Real quick, let me go up to D Nice 718. He says, Buenos Diaz.
No. It's Julio Guzman is next. He says,
okay.
Cruz is a little Maidana. Bad comparison. Cruz is actually better technically than Maidana. He throws his punches mechanically better than Maidana. Maidana's, untraditional. You can't teach Maidana style.
Yeah, traditionally, man, again, Devin Haney, he's showing that traditional boxing style, hit and not get hit. And sometimes it's hard to maintain that style, especially when you're a young fighter like Devin Haney. You have a crowd that's going wild. You want to be a crowd pleaser at times. Obviously, you want people to back you up. So there's so much going on in your head while the fight's going on. And believe it or not, even though you're fully concentrated on your opponent, you hear the oohs and the ahs in the crowd, and maybe the guy got off a couple of punches on you, and you want to get that ooh and ah back for yourself. So it takes discipline to maintain that style. And at the level of understanding of the sport that I'm in now,
call yourself. I ain't holding the mic.
I got
CYP counterpunch, man. You too hard headed, bro. What the fuck? Counterpunch. We cutting your ass off. You want to not listen?
Yo, don't make.
How
me
many
DDT
times is
you,
that? Is that the 4th time?
Cut it.
Carlos, what up?
Two things to say. The reason why people get so mad about the skill of Devin Haney is because skill is harder to beat than a guy with power. Every single dude who got crazy power, they lose. They haven't lost because you mixed it up, you get countered, boom, you can lose a fight and get dropped. Devin Haney is damn near unbeatable by some of the people that complain about him. They want to see him able to lose. They fighters can't beat that style, so they hate this shit. I hate him. And last thing I'm going to say about this shit, I said this for many months and years. Every time it's a close and competitive fight with a black dude, the Latin fan base say it was a robbery if he wins. Y'all need to man up and accept the fact that these feet are walking all over you. CYP out.
Yeah, that was not a robbery. That's what I'm saying. And let me tell you, Showbiz I don't think he's Latin. You know what I'm saying? I could be wrong, but he out here, he got a big platform. He out here telling people it's a fucking robbery. And Isaac deserves a rematch. This reminds me of Maidana, bro. This is what I'm saying. And look, there are morons out there that thought Maidana deserved the rematch. Like, there's morons that gave Maidana 6 rounds. Like, they don't know how to score, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like you could win 4 rounds. That don't mean it's a tight fight. 4 ain't tight. 8-4 ain't tight. It just ain't. 7-5 these days is not even tight. Winning by 2 rounds, that's more than enough. It's more than enough these days. I mean, I don't get it. It's a race to 7. Keith Thurman said that shit 10 years ago. These dudes just don't understand it. It's like he said, they worrying about power. Well, when I got the 7, what's your power gonna do? You're gonna have to knock me out if I'm already at 7-0.
Or knock you down a couple of times. But yeah, man, it's it's listen, what you done for me lately, man. That's what it is.
I just think that since we already had the example of Floyd, people need to hurry up and get on a bandwagon and understand that that's not him. He's a boxer. You know, you're going to have to defeat him. He's not going to defeat himself. You know, I think he learned from the Linares fight, and that's why you ain't see him in that situation again. Where some people still think he was in that situation. Again, like, you know, some people thought he was hurt. Some people thought he got hit a little too much. But that's also what you mentioned, the Floyd effect. Remember, Floyd got hit, in the second round with Mosley. And, oh, my God. You know, Floyd bled a little bit in the Kozel fight. Yeah, they get so excited because when it never happens and something finally happens, I think it gets over glorified, in my opinion.
It's because, you know, these fighters, they have that air of invincibility. So when you see them get hurt or see them, you know, face some adversity, you know, the crowd goes crazy, you know, and you see a chink in the armor, and then all these questions start to pour out. It's very, very it's a brutal sport, and you know, I'm just gonna always revert back to what have you done for me lately, because that's what whatever you did your last fight, that's what they want next. You know, that's what they want for, especially if you've done it over and over and over and over again.
Well, that's a step up then for Devin. It was a step up because in the last fight he did get hurt. You know, he had 6 rounds in what I like to call greatness. He got bored. You know, he like, bro, I'm touching this dude at will. I'm going for it. And he.
Yeah, for Devin, it works like that. I think for Gervonta it doesn't, because Gervonta's been the knockout guy. For Devin, it works like that because he's a boxer.
But you see, I was satisfied, bro, with Tank, because I finally got to see what Chuck sees, Shakur sees, and it's like all these dudes that know him. I finally got to see it. You know, I didn't follow his amateur career, so I don't know that he can box, and I'm using air quotes because that's what I'm saying. Calvin Ford will tell you all the time, like, y'all ain't even see him box yet. You know what I mean? And that's what he was able to do on 2 different levels, right? He showed you in the first couple of rounds before the injury that he was going to box, to not give Cruz the opportunity to have him on the ropes, showing you beautiful pivots, beautiful hooks with the right hand, you know? Yeah. And then when he got injured, he showed you, look, this how bad I am, that with one hand, I'm going to outbox this dude. So I was satisfied because I got to see a different level of Tank, you know? And I feel like, yo, he put that on display now, and people should think that he's more than just a puncher. Don't be fooled. This showing you. Imagine 2 hands what that fight would have looked like. But before you give me your thought, go ahead. Anyway.
No. I was going to ask you if D Nice was up next, because I don't have the computer on me, so I don't know what the order is.
Javier Maldonado says, no excuses, Ness. Remember what you said last week, so you can't give Tank a pass for his performance. I don't know what I said. And I'm not trying to make you spend another 5, but I don't know what I said. But whatever I just said, that's what matters. He was injured, and he showed us how well he can box. And again, you know, I used to hate it when people told me that, but I understand now. If you ain't been in the ring, you just don't know what we talking about. You'll never know. You won't be able to appreciate his pivots, man, because you ain't never attempt to do them. You ain't never get clipped doing them. You understand? You got to see what he did and be like, fuck, that is beautiful. He was pivoting like a champ, double hooking on him, bop, bop, like a champ. So I don't know what you're talking about, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. If I say he need to knock out Pitbull because we don't know him, oh, well, everybody seen Cruz ain't even get fucking hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got a moral victory. I want to see him in with anybody in that division. Anybody. I like him. I hope because he with Pacquiao, he gets opportunities. But obviously, we all heard Sam Gibbons up there praising Al Heyman. We don't need a WBA. We got Al Heyman. Al Heyman called us. He loves the fight. We good. We happy. We don't care. We coming. We got Al Heyman. I'm like, damn, you happy for real. But hey, he got Al Heyman. So, hopefully they put him in another good fight. That's the problem on the Tank side of the street. Who the fuck is there at 135? You know what I'm saying? There's no one that I even know. Maybe they're going to have someone that they're building up to put Pitbull in. It ain't going to be as sexy. Give me Pitbull versus all them dudes that we got in there that we want to see. Even Ryan. Give me Ryan on his little comeback fight. Kambosos on his tune-up fight. Whoever. Tio on his back-off chest. Give me. He earned another shot. You know what I'm saying? He took some shots, too. He got good defense, He got to get better at cutting the distance off. He was definitely giving up shots just to get in the inside. But he's not a complainer. Tank was holding like a motherfucker.
Yeah, we were going
I said
crazy.
Tank was holding like a motherfucker, okay?
I mean, holding was okay. Holding was okay. To me, it was the laying on him, constantly bending him down.
Everybody want to be Tyson Fury now. Keep it real. Don't it seem like after Fury Wilder, now everybody's on your back? Everybody's pushing you down. Shit is fucking bullshit.
I think that's fresh in your mind. But be honest with you, you can't really complain too much at the same time, right? Because this is the first time that Gervonta Davis is actually the bigger guy, and you're only laying on guys when you're bigger. And Isaac Cruz was coming in low, and it just to me was a little frustrating because the referee, Gervonta could do that, but the referee, not even one warning.
No, no official warning. Like my man,
yeah. No official. Like the next time, I'll do this or no. It was just like stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
Hey man, come on, you can't do that. You kept seeing that body language, like, hey, come on, you can't push him down.
Like who are you talking to? Your friend, or are you the third man in the ring?
No, he's a Tank fan.
He's a Tank fan.
Listen,
and look,
anytime Cruz try to mount an attack, because that's another thing it got to be said. Tank was holding him as a defensive move. It wasn't like, oh, he's wild, let me grab him. It's like, no, I'm not letting you fight on the inside. He would grab that was his plan. Look, that's just whack, man. Kelbrook did that shit. I'm consistent. I hated Kelbrook versus Sean Porter. I hated Maidana versus Devin Alexander. Don't give me that hit and grab. I hated all Andre Ward's early fights. Fucking holding with Alan Green and Sakobikia.
That's fine, but if you're going to agree that his hand was hurt in the early rounds, you have to hold at certain times because you can't exchange. Anyway, listen.
Why he wasn't holding towards the back half of the fight then? And that's when his hand was really fucked up.
Well, he was fighting a lot more in the back foot, and he was boxing. He wasn't trying to get grappled.
All right. So in the early half, he was holding, and he was pushing him down. That I'm telling you, to me, he was doing Tyson Fury. In the beginning of the fight, I'm going to wrestle with you, wear you out. I'm going to lay on you, wear you out. On the back half, I'm going to be more explosive, and that's what happened.
It could wear you out, but it didn't have no effect really on Isaac, I believe. Isaac was he was as cool as a pickle and as cool as a cucumber.
Yeah,
didn't let any of that shit.
He was so fresh.
So calm and disciplined throughout that fight that, I didn't think it affected him, but I know for a fact that it should have been garnered. Yeah, it was frustrating for the fans to watch. Listen, a lot of times big boos came from the audience there at the venue when he would do that. And it was just frustrating that the referee didn't say anything.
Isaac was it's crazy how popping he was in the ring. It's crazy.
He's popping.
It's crazy that Mexicans, they don't even gotta know you, bruh. Like, come on, man. Who the fuck? And I got upset because they said it multiple times on the mic. The very popular Isaac Pitbull Cruz. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Very popular, right?
Since when do we say the very popular as the begin? Like, we say the former champ, the current IBFW, the very popular. That shit was a thing, the very popular. But the truth is, he was very popular.
He got popular now.
No, he was very popular in that fucking ring. That audience knew him, and they was there for him. There was people, dozens and dozens of Pitbull fans with the red bandana with the say Isaac Pitbull. Bruh, that shit was insane, man. LA's another level. LA, now I know why they say Staples, like, they come out. It's a movie, too. Jesus, man. Such a different class of Mexican, too. Like, I grew up with a different looking Mexican. We was talking about that yesterday with Doomy and shit because we from the same hood. And it's like, Our Mexicans.
Let's never saw a tall Mexican over here.
Nah, bro. Our Mexicans are nothing like the Mexicans on the LA side, bro. Nothing. First
I
of all,
lived in Cali for a while. That's why I was like, Ness, like, we got some big, tall dudes, and we got some tall, beautiful ladies, man. Like, it's crazy because he's used to seeing, I guess, the more paisano, short, but no, man, shit. There's some tall ass Mexicans, bro. 6'7", 6". I mean, some tall dudes. But no, all that to say this, like, the look, the people, the ambience, everything. Like, after we left the Staples, like, guys, outside was a movie. Like, I could tell you how many people I saw with VVS's. Yo, I could tell you how many.
The clarity, though. Listen, I'm a dude that appreciates diamonds.
Where am I?
I'm a dude that appreciates diamonds, yo. It was dudes in there with the clarity of the diamonds was insane, bro. Like, everybody, yo, it's a movie, and the women is crazy, okay? That shit is a fucking fashion show. I thought that was just Atlanta again, because there was so many women in Atlanta that was just like wearing panties and bra. Like, that's it. Just panties and bra and some boots and shit or some high heels. And I thought that's an Atlanta thing. Hell no. LA did that shit too. That shit was crazy, bro. Listen, that Tank, bring him out. Tank brings him out.
Nah, listen,
Tank brings him out.
I witnessed it.
It's crazy.
And, it was true. Everything that was said about Atlanta, like, Ness, it was true, man. He brought them all out.
Yes.
And I gotta shout out the Mexican people, man. They came out for their guy.
That shit was crazy.
Yeah, they came out.
It was a louder cheer for him. Let's be real. It was a louder cheer for Pitbull than for both Pitbull and JoJo Diaz. It was louder. Obviously, those guys won the crowd back over, but yo, Devin got booed hard. I was sad. That shit was heartbreaking.
Bro, it was the crowd.
Yo, it's heartbreaking. Like, my man's a minus 750. He's from Vegas, and he's getting booed. I'm like, and you're the champ. Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Yo, crazy. But that I think it might be like bittersweet for him because, if you're competitive and you're young like him, you beating them bulls out of them by beating that their challenger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And look, and then you break that challenger. The dude that was calling you bitches and pussies, now he out here saying Devin beats everybody and all high praise, and you're forced to. You can't call me a bum no more. Can't call me a pussy no more because you're going to look like just a moron. You know what I mean? How I'm a bum, how I'm a pussy if I just whoop your ass. You know what I'm saying? So it's bittersweet, I guess, but I guess that's the silver lining because they boo in the beginning, but they forced the cheer in the end, or keep paying the boo.
I think that it was, listen, it's fans. Listen, being there at the events is fucking phenomenal. It's fun. The energy from the crowd. I mean, you guys to the left to you, to the right of you, one's for the other one. We saw the same thing happen. We have different opinions on it. It's a fun environment. And, the boos, I know that deep down inside, they know who won.
Yo, it was so fun. So we were sitting in row 15 on the floor. We were not credentialed. We just went to the fight. And first of all, it was a fucking movie. We got on a private jet from Vegas to Burbank to get into LA quicker.
We had an entourage experience.
Yeah,
guys.
it was amazing.
Big shout out to Fight Star TV, man. Huge shout out to Fight Star TV.
Yeah.
Make sure you follow them on IG. But they took care of TBV, man. Me and Ness were definitely taken care of.
Yeah, I mean, not taken care of. I mean, they gave me a lifetime memory. You know what I'm saying? Like I've only seen Floyd and Tank, who just crashed in his private jet. You know what I'm saying? So to fly in one and get that experience, shit. Rubbing elbow, the fighter's looking at you like, hold on, you flying private too? It's like, yo, what up, Montana? Where Poppy at?
Yeah. during the whole Devin Haney and Gervonta Davis cards, we were well taken care of.
Yeah,
so we appreciate
it was
that.
official, man. Shout out to Bill. Bill, man, he's an amazing father, man. That dude is he knows how to turn it on, bro. I hope they stick around for a while, kind of like the Porters, because yeah, man, Bill, you seen him at the podium. That was classic for the final press conference, or was that the weigh-in? I think it was the final weigh-in. Man, Bill is a talker, bro. He knows what he's saying and obviously what he's doing. He's done a phenomenal job with Devin to this part, and he's got him in a position that he's in. And it seems like that Kambosos fight is there for Devin, and I do want to say, we talking popularity, and we talked about Isaac Cruz being popular, or at least Jimmy Lennon repeating over and over that he was popular. But listen, the crowd, LA proved that he has some popularity. They were loud there. Mexicans were in the building for Cruz. That being said, Kambosos has that international flavor, and it can't be denied anymore. We know that now from his highlights. Each fight got highlights. Tank's obviously is the least amount because it's the last one to air. His highlights are currently at 996K. Very close to 1 million in under a day. Today's only Monday morning or Tuesday morning. Devin, he's at 1.8, which I remember when Dubois did 1.8 with, I can't remember who, but hopefully Rob remembers. I was so excited that they did one. I was like, oh my God, 1.8. The next day, this dude's a star. We need that. But I woke up today like disappointed that Devin's at 1.8 because Kambosos is at like 5.2 million. You know what I'm saying? And that shows he's got that other country. He's got us. He got all the TO fans to watch him, but he brought in 3 million more than everybody else from another country.
Yeah, give it some time. The timing is a little different, obviously.
No, obviously for Tank is at an unfair advantage. He was the last one to air, but it's pretty clear. Even Devin, we've been tracking it. Even Devin, his first 24 hours was better than Tank's first 24 hours. But I just chalk that up to Dazn being a better social media managers than PBC. Like, look, they just started doing highlights. To me, that's copying, which is a good copy for us, but it is what it is. As again, popularity. Kambosos has the belts. I don't think we talked about that on air, did we? I don't know if we did. We'll talk about it anyway. It is the lightweight division. What's your thoughts on Tank saying he'll fight Kambosos without the belts?
Yeah, that seems to be a topic now. Fight you without the belt.
Actually, the topic is Doomy doesn't know how to hold the mic.
Actually, the topic is why you ain't set up my mic, champ? Why you gave me a dud mic this morning?
Oh, I ain't set it up. You hear him?
Yeah, yo, he pulls out a mic like, look, man.
I'm your man.
There you go.
Nah,
there you go.
I actually
we
didn't
hook it up.
out.
We hook it up. This shit don't even work.
I actually didn't pull it out. It was already out and ready for him to come test it. He just chose to come to the studio at 8:45.
Yeah, but I woke up before and I'm working on Border Wars. So stop it. Listen.
Cry me a river,
going back
bro.
to what he's saying with the Gervonta Davis stuff. See, you made me lose my train of thought. What were you saying about Gervonta?
That he said he doesn't want to fight with the belt.
Yeah, so he doesn't want to fight with the belts. I mean, it's all about the money over there at Money May, Mm-hmm. And if he's saying that, it's because he's willing to fight him without the belts. It's because he knows that there's a big fight that can be made. Australia's always had a great ability to make money within the country with the pay-per-view sales and everything else that they can do within the country. Obviously, they're a freaking island. There's no really big territories near them, so they've grown very sufficient and making sure that their shows in their country and their sales and everything they do as far as business is pretty good. So I see him. What do I think? Why not? Why not? I go beat him up, but what do you get from it as far as positioning with belts? Doesn't matter to Tank. He's a star. Exactly. He's the biggest selling. Well, I don't know. Hopefully,
that's a lot of money too, man. That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money, and he has the ability to still do well without belts. A lot of top stars have proven that they could do well without the belts. Canelo's one of them. And,
I think he's proven that with the opponents, champ. Like Magic Johnson is coming to see you fight a dude he never in his fucking life heard of. His assistant probably couldn't find information. He's like, so who's Tank's fighting? Give me some. We can't find shit, Mr. Johnson. We don't know who the fuck this guy is.
I think that's all. I think Al Heyman does a wonderful job in not over glorifying. I don't want to say that because Isaac Cruz did very well. But I can tell you,
Mayweather that credit.
That he also, does a great job in making sure that Gervonta Davis looks good. I mean, Isaac came out dipped up. He had a lot of, attention, even in the words that they were using, very popular. They made sure that they put Isaac Cruz in a good measure as far as stardom because he didn't have it. We didn't know this guy, but the way they present these opponents, I think that is a great way for them to always make sure that, Gervonta Davis or any of their fighters are not, being looked at as something like, oh, look who they're fighting, just the whoever. So the show aspect of it is great.
I say the credit is Mayweather Promotions. I think that would be fair to start there, because they're the promoter. They're the one putting on the event. So, yeah, I think that, Al, he's like final say so, but I think day-to-day operations, you got to give Leonard Ellerbe and Mayweather credit. And I think that's where, the credit should be directed because they've been talking about that. I mean, to me, Leonard looks like an oracle now, and there's been a shift in the way that I look at Leonard. I thought he was kind of a bullshitter, you know what I'm saying? But he been telling us that the biggest fight for anybody from 126, 126 at the time, or 130 to 140 was Tank, and it's just true. It don't matter. Now, I've been to now 3 of his events. And
where do you think that confidence comes from?
Bro, the numbers don't lie. Who else is doing 16,000? Fucking Porter and Crawford didn't even do that, did they? I don't know. I'm about to check.
I don't know.
That shit was sold out too, but I don't think it did 16.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying, their ability to draw in that star power, because the house was packed with different celebrities, Ness sniped or zoomed in on the Tupac Shakur actor.
Bruh, hell yeah. My man was in the building.
And I turned around and he said Tupac Shakur. He wasn't calling him by his actor name. So I'm looking at him and I'm freaking out.
Say Tupac Shakur.
Because it's Tupac. He's like, Tupac. So I'm like, what?
Yo, I ain't say it like that. Okay, I'm telling you.
Or Tupac.
I'm telling you, but I'm tapping you like, look, do me. That's the actor that played Tupac. And you're like, what? I'm like, the dude that played Tupac.
Yeah, and you turn around, you're like, Tupac, right?
I don't know that I did that, but he definitely was super grateful.
Had a couple of drinks in him, y'all. Don't mind him.
No, that's one thing LA whack. How the fuck I walk up to the bar and I'm like, give me 3 doubles? They like, no.
Wah.
So I'm like, all right, well, let me get 2 doubles. And they like, no, you can only get 1 double or 2 singles. Like, you can't have more than 2 shots in a drink.
They said, nah.
Shit is crazy,
chill,
yo. Like,
you ain't getting that. And this is like, wait, but that's my Malibuya.
Yo, then LA got these ridiculous lines like, if you get a drink, you ain't getting another drink. Who the fuck saying that? You gonna miss the whole fight. We literally missed the whole undercard. Like, basically waiting on that line for them drinks, bro. Come on. We missed mad fights.
Yeah.
The only fight we got to see was the Fundora and the Tank. What other fight you remember seeing full?
Oh, well, yeah, that's it, sir. There was another fight.
We watched the ending of Carlos Adames. Maybe we got there for the 3rd or 4th round.
Yeah, we got there around the 4th round, even 5th, I would say, bro. We got there.
I'm telling you, man.
And that fight itself was kind of, it was entertaining, obviously, but the energy in the crowd wasn't high. You know, everybody was quiet. You could hear a pin drop in some of these fights when they were going on. But when Gervonta came out, it was over. It was just everything that the energy just shifted. What did you think about the Fedor, man? I think that kid is good, man.
I think that
good.
The WBC is becoming. I got to get him on here, man. He's wilding, man. I'm he's leaving like bad taste in people's mouth. Now Fedor and Erickson Lubin have to fight for whatever reason. Like, how many fucking eliminators has Lubin been in? And this is literal. He got like 3 under his belt, bro. Like, I don't know if it's Al because he's don't want to rush Lubin back into the Charlo fight, and maybe he's trying to see what Charlo's going to do so that Lubin fights for a vacant. But, bro, now he got to also fight. First of all, let's pull up Lubin's resume. Right? Since the loss, look at the names that he's fought. Like, and Erickson Lubin have to fight for whatever reason. Like, how many fucking eliminators? Chill.
Damn, Chad.
Chill. At least I sound clear, not like you.
Excuses.
I knew they.
Yo, get to some of these super chats, man. They rolling in.
I got the Axiom. The Axiom says Tank and Haney proved a lot this weekend. They proved they aren't elite, not showing us levels to their game. Very disappointing. No, you're disappointing. You're very disappointing because that's exactly what I spoke of. Tank showed levels. Having one hand and still being able to box, showing them amazing pivots. You just, again, you never been punched in the face in a ring, so you don't know.
Did you read D Nice's
Stop fucking dick riding D Nice. We gonna get to him.
Man. You keep skipping him, man.
No, I'm not. You skipping him. I got the fucking page open, champ. Chill. I got the page open. Like, chill.
Well, you read Axiom.
Axiom got 2 before D Nice is even on the page, bro. Just chill.
Okay.
You keep arguing live shit. Like, you want to argue mics when you know the truth. Now
why you catching feelings? You're catching feelings. Why?
We arguing shit that don't need to be argued. You see the fucking page. Refresh it.
Then stop.
No, refresh, live. Refresh.
No, is it?
All right, Tank. And that's what the fuck I'm saying. Why are you arguing if you can't even refresh?
No, I can refresh. What I'm saying is that the super chats are coming in only on the chat for me. I don't have access to the YouTube or like on the computer like I do at home.
Which means what? That you can't see what the fuck I'm seeing, so I'm seeing the right thing.
Yeah, I'm just reminding you. That's all, man.
I want to come in this. Come in here. Come in this room. I'm going to chop you in your face.
Listen, I'm in your face. We can go to the gym and box.
Go to the gym and box. I'm going to knee drop you like Patrick in a little bit.
Don't make me put you in an MMA
Yo, the Axiom, who has a back-to-back super chat, says, Tank would have prevent the hand injury if he wore Canelo gloves. Actually, I'm glad you brought that up with the laughing out loud emoji. Those were Canelo gloves. I believe those were Canelo gloves, bro. And that's something I was dialing in on the entire fight. Like, yo, because of that whole Mayweather shit, and for those that don't know, the context of this conversation is Mayweather told Tank, it's on camera, you shouldn't wear those gloves. That dude's picking against you. So I think Tank got a set without it because normally the A side fighter picks the gloves. Like if you a good enough B side, you get to walk in there with your gloves. Or maybe I'm wrong about that, and you don't have to be a good enough B side. You still could walk in there with your gloves. But if you notice, typically the gloves the A side got on is the gloves the B side got on. So Isaac did have on Boxing No Life gloves, which are the Canelo brand, which Tank usually uses. And obviously, Mayweather said what he said this fight week. He just said that. Like, they just showed footage of it. So it seems like Tank wore the gloves without the branding. That's why they looked so big and stupid. Did anybody notice those big red? It looked like the fucking emoji, bro.
It was,
the glove emoji.
I mean, look, he was dipped up. I like the whole set. Like, he always comes out with the tassels and everything. But I think Mayweather just got an issue. He got an issue. He got an issue with Canelo. He was playing Canelo out at the presser. Mm-hmm. He was saying, he said, Canelo, easy work. He's like, y'all over here glorifying this dude. I cooked him when I was 40. Mm-hmm. And, he kept just bashing. So I don't know. Don't wear his gloves. Don't do this. I don't know. Gervonta Davis says, yo, Canelo's like me. He likes Canelo's fighting style. I don't know what that is. I think it really rubs Mayweather off the
That's
wrong
the
way.
thing, bro. Mayweather, he sees that his legacy is getting closed in on even without that loss, Like, people are accepting Canelo's greatness, so he's got to reassure you, like, yeah, the dude you think is great, man, remember, I spanked him. It's always going to be a love-hate relationship. At the end of the day, Canelo still gave Mayweather one of his highest paid days. That fight broke records. I don't know why Mayweather has such disdain for him. Like, they made each other millions, and it's only been a better win for Mayweather every year that goes by. It's like wine. Canelo just gets better, and the win looks better for Mayweather because it's like you have to say he blanked them. Like, that dude that's beating everybody the way he's beating everybody, he was blanked by Mayweather. Mayweather did it simply. And then, and it's always
he talking
be
too
sad.
much though, man. Like, honestly speaking, like, he comes off a little bit as a hater a little bit, Canelo's doing great things right now. He's doing good. He knows that Canelo's obviously not the same fighter as before. So for him to say, I cooked him when I was 40, like, okay, yeah, you did, brother. You did cook him when you was 40, but you can't just say it like you beat the best version of Canelo. You can't say that. That was a younger version of Canelo, but not the best version.
Nah, but people need to stop. That was one of the best versions of Canelo. He was a unified champion, and he had two amazing names on his resume at the time. I think he had already beat whoever in Trout. I can't remember. Someone in Trout going into that fight. He unified with Trout.
But you could chop it up, so many ways and try to make excuses for Canelo. The fact of the matter is that he lost. Even if he fought at the weight that he fought in, and if he was drained a little bit or whatnot, you could say all that. At the end of the day, you lost. But what I'm saying is that he does come off as a little bit as a hater. Don't wear his gloves. Don't do this. Now, if you gave me a reason about the gloves, like don't wear those gloves because those are not the right gloves for us in this fight, that's something totally different. But if it's, just because
I think you're overlooking the point that he's telling them he's picking against you. Maybe someone gave him an interview where Canelo said he's picking Isaac on some Mexican shit. You know how Mexicans do, like, no, he's my countryman. I'm picking him, just like UK dudes.
Yeah, look, that definitely, look, I don't know what interview or when it was said that Canelo said, I'm picking against him. What I can say is that Canelo obviously does also think that Gervonta Davis is a good fighter. Yeah. He's complimented to him. So there's a two-way kind of respect there between these two fighters. And I just think that Mayweather's not really feeling it. For what reasons, I really, really don't know. But, it's coming off a little haterish.
Again, if the interview exists, is Mayweather still a hater in your opinion?
Let's say that it's true.
If someone can send you the Canelo quote where you can read it or hear it's him saying, oh, I got to go with Isaac Cruz because he's Mexican, or, oh, I'm going with Isaac Cruz over Tank. Yeah. Is Mayweather within his right?
I get it. Listen, if you're picking against me and, I want to wear your gloves because I like the gloves, because I relate to the brand, no boxing, no life, like, at the end of the day, I don't give a shit about that. People are always picking against me, but in Floyd's mind, and I understand that, is loyalty. It's loyalty. And, Floyd Mayweather is loyal to Gervonta Davis, and I guess he expects that full loyalty to be returned. So that's what I got to say about that, because at the end of the day, if he was picking against Gervonta and he said it or whatever, he was quoted, saying, I think I got JoJo Diaz in that fight, which I really don't think it's the case. But if he did say that, everybody's their own individual person. I would react differently, obviously, than Gervonta Davis. But I think that Mayweather, for him, it's more of like, why are you going to put this guy's gloves on if he's picking against you? We're the ones that are loyal to you. Why are you picking his gloves? So it's just a little bullshit that really doesn't matter at the end of the day. But it matters to Floyd, obviously.
I don't know. I see both sides of the street, but ultimately, for Tank, you the fighter, you are fighting. If those gloves are the ones that make you feel good, then that's what you need to do. But This coming in from Eddie Hearn's retweet. Adrian Broner says, I think it's time to holla at EH. And who do we think EH is? Obviously Eddie Hearn, and that's why it says retweeted by Eddie Hearn. And why does Adrian Broner want to holla at Eddie Hearn? Because he need a fight. And why does he need a fight? Because Al obviously ain't got enough fucking dates, man. He obviously ain't got enough dates, man. I don't know what the hell's going on. There's a lot of people on the shelf, man. Thurman hasn't fought in forever. He going on 3 years at this point. You know, Broner got I don't know how many. So, time to holla at EH. But we're going to open up these phone lines. If you want to talk, try and hit that number 1 button. Why is it so loud right now? But let's get to Doomy's best friend, D-Nice. Buenos dias. Welcome back. Ready for Saturday. So are we. Chickarelli. Doomy, mute yourself. We're getting feedback. Chickarelli says, Ness and Doomy, thanks for your good work on the West Coast. Come back again soon. Nah, man, for sure, man. It was fun, bro. We had a great time. It was forever, bro. We were gone since Wednesday. That shit was long. Very tired. Very happy to be back, though. Fuck. Ain't no place like Florida, man. Fucking Vegas is also very congested, you know? I don't like that. And L.A. is the worst. Jesus Christ. The traffic in L.A. was insane. 15-minute fucking ride was like 50-minute ride. Big Super Mech says, we have to stop thinking fights are robberies just because a fight exceeds expectations. Tank fight wasn't close. It was 8-4, comfortable win for Tank. Exactly. You know, got to know what you're scoring. You got to know how to watch, bro. Like, Isaac missed so many shots. And I wanted him to do better. You know, because Tank at one point made me fucking mad. Like, I was on a borderline about to root for Pitbull with all the grabbing Tank was doing. That shit is to turn off, bro. Don't nobody want to see you fucking hold all night. Like, I paid good money to sit in them good-ass, great fucking seats, even though I ain't pay. Someone else did. But they worked hard for that money. Motherfucker, stop holding. I ain't come here to see no fucking wrestling match. You know what I'm saying? Stop that shit. Nobody want that in the fucking sport. That ref should never get another big fight. And that's what we was talking about. Who we was talking about it with? Paulie and somebody, man. Like, Roxy and Eddie. We got to change the judging, man. It's got to be motherfucking fighters. And Paulie don't believe that. I believe it got to be people in the system already. It got to be a judge. It got to be a trainer. You know, somebody that knows what the fuck they looking at. Not just some old dude that retired from being a doctor or some fucking bullshit job and now he decided in retirement, I'm going to be an official. Nah, man. These dudes don't know what the fuck they're doing. And that dude wasn't even old. Damn, chick, I didn't even see that. Shout out to you. His super chat, I casually almost went past your super chat. He sent that fat 20 dub. But we got Jesse Hernandez that says, Floyd needs to let go of the salt. He had Canelo's name in his mouth. He showed hatred and jealousy towards him. Talk more about him than his own fighter. I mean, it's always I think that's really common already for Mayweather to talk more about him or other things than the people that he should be talking about. And please, no one try to defend him because literally right now, like literally right now, and I'm going to screen share so no one wastes their money trying to defend him. He's not a good promoter, even though I just said you got to give him the credit for doing a great job with Tank. But he's a terrible promoter. You know, it is what it is. Here goes the tweet. I'm going to screen share it. And it's literally right now, my man. Everybody knows that's my boy. And what does he say? Okay, now the Tank fight is done. Mayweather Promotions and Ellerby, let's start promoting me and Hawkins, which is Malik Hawkins, and me is Richardson Hitchens. They're facing off the two Mayweather promoted fighters, and they're fighting December 18th. So, you know, boop. And this is my whole text message group chat. That's why you see Mitty talking about the inside of a stripper's booty. I'm just showing you how crazy it gets in there. You know what I'm saying? But there goes the tweet. You know what I mean? And that's another Mayweather promoted fighter that's talking about like not being promoted. You know what I mean? So it's like, look, I know Tank is the star, but that shit is done. Can we get some love now? Because guess what? Richards, I don't know why I'm fucking up that name. Richardson Hitchens and Malik Hawkins is a real good fight. Malik Hawkins only lost to Sabir Matias, who is Brandon from Cincinnati's favorite fighter. So, you know, Matias also is the dude that, you know, killed Maxim Davyshev. So, like, you know, Matias is nobody to laugh at, right? But the Axiom says, Cruz, a.k.a. Baby Pac Tyson. Damn. He ain't got no power. He ain't had the Tyson of power. He ain't had the Tyson power, and he ain't had the Pacquiao explosiveness neither, right? What do you think?
Had to unmute. Pac, shit, my shit went low. Pac having, Gervonta having the same explosiveness as
No. He called Cruz, a.k.a. Baby Pacquiao Tyson. Dude ain't have Tyson's power or Pacquiao's explosiveness. It's just not there.
Who, Isaac Cruz?
Yeah.
Come on. Y'all, listen, man. Listen, the kid did good, but it's too early for all that shit. What's wrong with y'all?
But wait, it's too early in his career or it's too early in the morning?
It's too early in the morning for this shit. What the hell? No, listen, Isaac did good. Don't overblow the shit up. We still got to see him in there and see what else he can do. You know, there was some factors that kind of can, you know, deter many from, saying, oh, you know, he did. Oh, Gervonta got hurt early. That's why he couldn't take him out. So you got to give Gervonta his props because he's the one who, you know, really faced adversity and still won the fight. We don't know. What we do know is that he was disciplined. He did not let go of the game plan. When he was hit, he had a great chin. So all these little things we can take with us and then say, okay, let's move forward. Let's see him fight another level caliber of fighter. What we can stand on real tall is that he did fight the top guy in many people's opinion. So you got to give him his respect, and you got to respect that he's in that division now, and he stepped into it the right way. But when you say explosiveness like Pacquiao, and you start comparing him to this legend who did so much, you don't want to go ahead and say all this, and then you see him face some adversity in another fight, and then all of a sudden you're going to feel like, you know, you're back and forth with it. Let him get another fight, and then we can start talking about explosiveness and all that. Because reality is that he didn't catch Gervonta Davis with any punch that even remotely hurt him. You know, did he catch him with punches where, you know, he backed him up, where, you know, maybe Gervonta rolled with the punches? Yeah, he caught him a few times, but there were never any shots where it was like, oh my God, he's in danger. Oh my God, he hurt him. It was nothing like that.
I totally agree, man. I didn't see that. I just seen a guy that gives you a good fight, you know, and deserves another fight, not a rematch. But let me. And that was for the Axiom because that was his third. We got Julio Guzman also, I believe, on your third, right? Let me see. Julio, that's your numero dos. He says, thoughts on Floyd's micromanaging and taking some of Tank's shine. It sounded like Floyd was the fighter at the post-fight. Yeah, we just kind of touched on that. And, you know, it's obviously one of those things that he has an issue with. You know, he has an issue sharing the spotlight, even with his own fighters. And, you know, they're always going to bring up Canelo to Floyd. They're going to bring up everything to Floyd. He's a living legend, an icon. And so it's like, you also have to remember, did he get questioned on a Canelo and what he think of Canelo plan and what he thinks of Canelo, and, you know, does he think Canelo's gonna pass his career? Like, you got to understand the questions that they're asking Floyd. So yeah, you know, I don't get mad at him if he ever answers them defensively or comes off as a hater, because he's Floyd Mayweather. There are thousands of reporters asking the same shit. He's hearing that shit every day. He's got to hear Hey Floyd, you think Canelo can beat you now? Hey Floyd, how good you think Canelo is? It's like, bro, you talking about a dude did he look that good when he was with me? You know what I'm saying? Where was his skill with me? It was fucking 12-0. Like, stop talking to me about some dude that was my easiest fight. I got hit more in the Castillo fight than in the Canelo fight. Like, let that fucking sink in.
Yeah. Look, man, I'm not going to say anything contrary to that. Canelo got beat. And that's simple as that. But, when you're still talking about it, you're retired already, and you're still talking about how you beat the guy 10 years ago, whenever the hell it was. You sound a bit salty in a way. Like, my man's still fighting. He's still doing his thing. He's conquering. Like, what are you talking about, So, and then, you're sitting up, you're taking up people's time. Like, people want to hear what Gervonta got to say, you know what I'm saying? But he felt like he had to explain why his fighter fell adversity and all this other crap. He actually came off almost like a little bit desperate to justify that, like, chill, bro. There's plenty of fighters out there, fight fans out there that can still say that Gervonta is a great fighter, but he felt compelled to say that, to say his piece, and also to, throw Canelo under the bus the way he does. It doesn't make it look good, honestly, in my opinion. And at the end of the day, the man's a millionaire, a billionaire, whatever the hell it is, and he can say whatever the hell he wants, and he's earned his spot in the sport. There's nothing to tip, but when you take it for what it is, face value as a person, you sounded a little salty, a little bit of sal, that pink mind salt. Had a little too much of it in his steak.
It's funny because one of the super chats used the salt emoji. So, let me see something here. I want to see, did he delete it?
He deleted what?
Yeah, November 26th. He deleted it. This dude is, see, I know he's listening.
Clean up?
I know he's listening. So, because he stole my idea. Somebody's listening, and we know they are. Leonard Ellaby hit us up publicly and said, yo, I need to get on the podcast. They listening. They heard the Bella interview, and obviously my episode where I told Floyd how he needs to use his social media got to him. And if it didn't, yes, I am an egomaniac. Yes, I'm a narcissist. I don't care. I believe he heard it, and I believe I caused that change. I believe I helped Tank, not Floyd. I gave Floyd the idea. That being said,
when you speak, the tectonic plates move, huh?
Yeah. That being said, to give you context, obviously we've done episodes over and over where we criticize Floyd for having such a powerful social media, 27 million followers on Instagram, and not using it to help promote his fighters. So, I was very vocal and detailed on him having to use that social media to promote the pay-per-view, telling people, instructing them to buy it, even not to steal it. And he literally did that. He literally went out there and wrote a post, which is now deleted because it's sad. You see, that, again, that's, and I hope this episode lands on his ear so that he understands that you have to leave it there so that it can be real. Like, this dude's last post says November 26th. We're on December 7th. So you're telling your audience everything you said you wanted them to do, you no longer care about. He had a post saying, go buy the pay-per-view. Then he had another post saying, hey, don't steal the pay-per-view, because stealing, you're taking money directly from the fighter. And they do this, something detailed, something beautiful that you fucking took down, which means what exactly? That you only feel it at the moment? Why couldn't that live forever? Why couldn't that get 27 million eyeballs on it? It's just stupidity. Put the shit back up and do it for every fighter. Get on your social media today and fucking promote Richardson Hitchens, who's begging you on social media to promote him. Stop deleting shit. What? It's too cluttered? Your page too cluttered? Your rich friend's gonna get mad that you're fucking actually working? You're doing your job? Mute yourself, because this shit is fucking... Anyway, you take over. I gotta roll up. But this dude's weird. Don't fucking promote me and then take the shit down. Like, that's some fake love. It don't make... That don't make no sense to me. Especially not social media. Social media is powerful. You taking it down, it means you don't feel that way no more. That's what deleting a post means in this generation. In this time, you delete a post, you had an issue. Or there was an issue with you. I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. Because we begged them to finally use this shit, and then you're deleting.
Yeah, that's...
and the numbers were good. I know you're trying to get in this. The last thing I'll say, both posts, I remember the one telling people to buy the pay-per-view was like 975,000. You know what I mean? Almost 1 million people that at least seen that.
You know what I think it is, Ness? Floyd is Floyd. And, there's a perception. And there's always PR. And obviously egos. Egos can really, really mess things up for you.
Eddie don't delete posts. Eddie don't delete posts. He ain't gonna delete Conor Ben is fighting this week. He ain't never gonna delete that shit. Lives on his social media.
Some of these, but you gotta understand. I'm pretty sure they have account managers also, and there's got to be somebody else also handling these things for them and giving them advice and things like that. Obviously,
So let me ask you something. He's got a post right here that I'm gonna screen share from Bet Online, and that's still there. So you making money from this post because it's obviously a sponsored post. You got Bet Online right there. You know what I'm saying? But you not making money from the pay-per-view? Like, help me understand. Help me make it make sense, man. Shit's stupid. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah, I'm looking at the post now. What is he saying there? Bet Online?
Bruh, it's a fucking sponsored post, man. You ain't got Bet on. Floyd Mayweather does not have another brand all around his interview for no reason. It's a sponsored post. So ain't the pay-per-view yours? If people buy, and this day and age, you can actually buy the pay-per-view the day after, a couple days after. The fuck is you deleting for? It's just dumb. It's dumb.
Yeah, he has the ability to, pretty much catapult any of his fighters into this elevated stardom to this elevated stardom in social media. He can do that. He can post. He can attach any of his fighters to him, and he could immediately boost their following. That's their. I don't know who's their their media team or their social media teams and who's actually putting that stuff together for him. But he could do a lot with just his name and his ability to always create controversy. Everything that he does, whether it be on IG, Twitter, anywhere, people are gonna pay attention. And Floyd Mayweather has friends all over the world, in all regions and different cultures. So yeah, his ability to promote and actually put their fighters out there can be upped. He can do a lot more, and it doesn't have to be him physically being there, writing a whole bunch of shit. We don't want Floyd doing that shit. Floyd is Floyd, man. Floyd gotta, take care of business, live the life the way he wants to live. But he can definitely do a lot more. No, I'm not giving him a pass. You got to understand. And when you're a billionaire, you're not gonna be fucking sitting here on IG all day, fucking trying to post. What I'm saying is that he can have account managers doing that for him, and he can use all this attention and popularity that he's garnered over the years for the benefit of his fighters.
Eddie Hearn is pretty rich, I would say he's pretty rich, and he spends plenty of time on his IG.
Yeah, but he's a promoter. He's a promoter.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know Floyd was still an active fighter. I didn't know he's not a promoter. I thought it said Mayweather Promotions.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that he's an active. Eddie Hearn is a very active promoter. He's very, very involved in the promotion. I don't think that Mayweather.
I think the phrase you're looking for is Eddie is a better promoter.
Well, hell yeah, I could have said that from the gate. I'm not arguing that.
Active. They're all active. They all got fights all fucking year. He's just he's not a good promoter, and this one is a good promoter. Simple.
Yeah.
You got your fighters begging you for fights. Come on.
Obviously, at face value, I'm going to say that. When I say face value, is that we see Eddie Hearn in the forefront, speaking more, talking about the advancement of fighters. We see that more of him. Mayweather may not be that up front, but Mayweather Promotions and Mayweather himself has influence and his hands across the whole sport. So his ability to promote behind the scenes is great, in my opinion. I'm not going to try to say that that's not part of his greatness as a promoter. But again, better at it at face value, front forward in the cameras. Eddie Hearn does it better, and I can't argue that.
Yeah, man. I mean, he, from the aspect of using his social media to promote his fighters, I'll be specific to that because all promoters have their downside to them. You know what I mean?
No,
everybody's
strong
trying
points,
to make money.
different ways, different methods, different business models. Again, the amount of knowledge that I've garnered just being here with TBV for the 7 years and looking into the sport, I know that there's a lot of moving parts. And you can't always just, be cut clean with certain opinions. So I'll just say that he could be doing a lot more for his fighters if he wanted to.
You know what he
wouldn't
can
even
do?
take that much energy.
You know what he can do? He could literally grab that Instagram and do like a 72-hour giveaway that if you submit your pay-per-view receipt, and they're going to use this, watch they use, but I'm a Gemini, I just give you shit. If you submit your pay-per-view receipt, you're automatically into a giveaway drawing. They could get crazy because it's Mayweather. A night with Mayweather and Tank. A night with Mayweather and Tank. That would really make people buy. But then you can do smaller levels, maybe a signed glove. You insert the prize at this point, but you see that the idea is the one, just like Tank. But it has to come from Mayweather's social media, not the promoter, not the promo, Mayweather promo IG, because that's the name of it. It's got to come from Mayweather's. He's got to get his audience to convert. And you know what would be better? Since he doesn't like the post, my producer sent it to me, the one that he deleted. One of them anyway. This one was the beautiful one that I'm not gonna read it because he didn't want us to. He deleted it. So if you didn't see it, you didn't see it. That being said, he can. And since we know now that he likes to delete, what he needs to do is go live. Imagine Mayweather being live on his IG, being the Nesta Gibbs, saying, "Hey, go support." You know what I'm saying? Yo. Imagine a live counter too. Yo, you got mad feedback, champ. I don't know. If you're not gonna talk, mute it. Imagine, something live like that, and you're incentivizing them, to buy. Like, yo, we trying to get to 200,000 pay-per-view. Something. I'm just saying. I know people might laugh, frown upon it, but 27 million people is 27 million people. You don't not use that. You do use it, and you use it. You try to use it as much as possible before that fucking fight. That is for sure. That is a huge platform. I mean, I'm pretty sure HBO got 28 million subscribers, right? Excuse me, not HBO. But one of these networks, maybe Showtime, or at one point, and they've already moved since boxing.
I'll fact check it for you.
Yeah, somebody got that number, but we know. We was just in that meeting, and what was it? Hulu got 35,000, or is it Pluto TV got 35,000? 35 million. I know those numbers are around there. So, his social media is powerful, man. You got to use that. You got to. Doesn't make any sense not to. But Julio Guzman with the super chat says we did that. Sorry. Big money in Texas. And we're going to be going to the callers in just a bit. So bear with us. Big money, Texas. Toledo says, Eddie said Tank sold 15,000 tickets. Someone's salty. Yeah, Tank sold over 16. But 15 is right there. I don't think that's salt. You only 1,000 off. I don't think you saw. D Nice back with another one says, laughing my ass off. What the fuck? And that must have been when you and I went back and forth about him. Rolling with the punches, who's going to be taking on Twin in Orlando, says Ness and Hearn have good chemistry when interviewing. Like, there's a realness between them. I enjoy those interviews. Winter Soldiers, baby. Shout out to you. Candy Slim. Wait, did I even screen share Rollins? There you go. And now we got Candy Slim, who says, like it matters. Floyd, I told you, $2 super chats. I always hated super chats. Floyd wouldn't go 7 with Canelo today. Like, that matters. You know, like that. Like, Canelo proved something by beating Floyd at 46 years old. Like, what the fuck? Yo, see, $2 shit super chats are always the hater super chats. Look, this is a $4 super chat. I bet you it's not a hater. I bet you. Excuse me, $5. And this is casual. Let's see. I haven't read it yet. We're going to read it together. Casual Bass Guy says, no more Staples Center. Crypto.com arena for the next 2 decades. Go buy some CRO coin and hold it for 5 years. You're welcome. Told you there wasn't a hater super chat. I did hear them saying crypto. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Why are people saying that? Now I know. I didn't know they changed the name of the arena. Crypto.com arena? What the fuck? They spent money for that.
That crypto money paying for that silly shit.
Yo, but that's a lot though. Imagine what it would take to change the whole name. What the fuck? It's a rebranding. That's it. All right, let's open it up. Who's up? Do me. How you feeling out here in Florida, man?
Shit, it feel good out here, man. Even when I was sleeping,
it's
you know what I'm saying? Because I like to keep it cool in my house, but it was nice and warm in here. Slept without sheets and shit. I'm out here enjoying the weather, man. Definitely, Florida has very lovely weather, and I think it's gonna be great that it's Border Wars 13 down here, man. I'm excited about it. We're gonna have an outdoor weigh-in setting. I'm actually gonna be getting on the phone with Mallory, our hotel contact, that she's gonna get us ready, make sure that weigh-in is appropriately and very well, put together, tables and everything. So, yeah, man, this weather just makes me feel very good about the event.
I mean, coming from Denver, bro, we had to stop in Denver. It was crazy. Yo, I don't understand people with these cold states, man. Shit was sheesh. No bueno. But, all right, we're going to open up these phone lines. You know the number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time to voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
Subscribe to youtube.com/theboxingvoice for the latest and greatest interviews with your favorite fighters.
These calls are brought to you by Big Rigs Trucking Agency, experts for all your insurance and trucking needs. For quotes and consultations, visit us at brtagency.com or contact us at 908-943-6918.
CYP, cutting the line. What up?
When Rolly and Tank was first signed and they had the press conferences and they were building it up, Floyd didn't say shit. There's a reason why Floyd didn't talk. It's because Rolly does a whole bunch of talking and he's entertaining. See, I'm a Tank guy for real. See, some of y'all just like Tank. Like, no, he my guy. He don't talk that much. Tank is a man of few words. That's why Floyd does so much talking when it comes to Tank. Tank don't do when he answers the question. Just I'm gonna see at the fight. That's not gonna help. Floyd does that guy. Now, when it comes to Canelo, I find it funny that people seem to forget a lot of things about Canelo when they get to talking. Let's just say the steroid shit. How Eddie Hearn said, "Oh, he proved his innocence with the hair follicle." Like, Eddie, why do you keep lying? You don't get 6 months suspension on your first drug offense if you're innocent. Like, let's stop. Like, I don't understand why people keep doing that shit. So if you want to keep on being mad at Floyd for speaking on him, then quit talking about Tank picking his opponents and Canelo picking his opponents, because then that brings Canelo up again. So a lot of this shit makes 100% to me. Last thing, there's a promotional company, Floyd Mayweather Promotions, that got 1 million followers. He promotes all his boxers on there. So go there and get promoted. Shit.
Yeah, man, that's what you call making an excuse for Floyd, like, go there and get promoted. What the fuck? Bruh, Floyd is the popular one. That's the point. You don't have to go nowhere because they're going to him and he needs to redirect. If he wants to redirect the Mayweather Promotions, So that his is not cluttered, that's fine, but he's not even doing that. We shouldn't make excuses for that, man. He needs to, at this, point in his promoter career, he needs to be doing a better job. Again, to make an excuse for him when the fighter is literally tweeting right now, like, yo, please promote me now that Tank's fight is done. Like, I understand. He's saying, I'm throwing my hands up. I understand it was Tank, but that's over with. My fight's December 18th. We're talking 2 weeks. He's only asking for 2 weeks of promotion. You can't get mad at him. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad. It's sad. And Hitchens is doing what he's supposed to be doing. He faced the former champ in his last fight. They stepping him up to a dude who only got one loss in this fight, and that loss came to a very big challenger, a big puncher, So he just wants a little bit of shine because he wants people to know when I beat this guy, if I do beat this guy, give me my credit, But if people don't see it, how you get credit, He just needs to ensure people see it. He can do that. He can get it done easily. It can't be that hard. But I got Oscar in San Antonio.
What's up, man? What's up, Doomy?
Champ.
So we're talking about JoJo Diaz versus Haney.
Both fights, Saturday and Sunday.
Was that one? Oh, okay. Well, I'll take my crow. I took JoJo. I knew Haney was gonna win, but I took JoJo, and I think Kambosos is gonna fight Loma still, because I think Lou DiBella's probably gonna talk to Bob Arum's gonna talk to Lou DiBella, and WBO what Bob orchestrates. But on with Cruz versus Mayweather the third. I seen it more of a draw, man. I don't know what you're seeing, man, because I think he won the first three and 10, 11, 12. I mean, that's what I seen. But for a lot of people saying that, Mayweather did fight Canelo at his best, no, he didn't, because even his dad said he better get him now. So, it is a lot of hating, and I don't think Tank's going to get out of Mayweather's shadow. That's why I call him Mayweather third, because every time Mayweather comes up, I did it better. But that's my call, man.
Damn. CYP, counterpunch.
Counterpunch. Yeah. Let me piggyback on that. A lot of people are going to disagree, and that's fine. But if you don't have a big social media presence, you don't understand this shit. I know a lot of people, including myself, who have 2 pages, one for business and one for personal. The personal one, if you're a celebrity, it's going to have way more people that are interested in just you. Your business page may have a third of that, or 10% of that, because people don't really give a shit about what you sell, but they care about you. I'm sorry, Montana Love and whoever else the guy is. You are not big enough to go on a page and get promoted on 27 million. When we have one with 1 million plus people on it, where I promote the boxers. People don't care about boxing as much as they care about Floyd. Floyd is not going to convince those people to go watch no Montana Love. They don't care about him. They want to see Floyd post about Floyd, all them cars, all them women. I'm just keeping it real with you. If you look at anybody's page, look at their other page, and you'll see the numbers. It ain't the same. People don't care like you think they would care. This has already been decided. But, feel free to disagree. CYP out.
Wow. So what's up, Chet? You got nothing to say?
Nah, do you agree?
No.
I already said I don't agree, so I'm not gonna, I'm wondering how you feeling. Maybe you think he's got a point.
Who's next?
Brandon in Cincy.
Hello, ladies.
Anybody that know me know I've been a player, whether it was in Alabama, Ohio, or anywhere around the globe.
TheBoxingVoice.com.
I've been smashing Telly Swifts, man. I didn't have to become a millionaire to get that caliber of woman. One of the people's choices, one of the fans' favorites, a guy that can galvanize this crowd such as myself.
He's too ugly to be the world champ. The world champ should be pretty like me.
The AJ of trucking. Yep, Brandon in Cincinnati.
SDS Promotions.
Yo, Ness, what's going on?
What up?
How you liking the new intro, man? That shit fired.
Yeah, it is. It is.
That shit is.
I can't deny it. It's fire.
That shit is flair, man. Hey, yeah, shout out to Brandon Lance, man. That dude is a real producer. He gets in the lab and he takes your personality and uses the shit you do and say and creates like the perfect intro for you off the shit you've done over the years. So, yeah, he's a beast with that. As far as this weekend's fights, I agree with you for the most part. I was impressed with Tank. He showed a different facet to his game. He showed the ability to box. Because we all know no matter how big, how powerful, how hard of a puncher you is, you ain't going to knock out everybody. So you got to be able to make that adjustment when you can't knock out everybody. And he did that. Did he look great? No. He was fighting a guy who had a great defensive game plan. Kept that chin tucked, the elbows tight, and hurt hand or no hurt hand, those uppercuts wasn't going to land clean. Every time they replayed and slowed them shits down, you could see that Cruz was blocking him, so he had a great game plan. Devin Haney looked like Devin Haney, which ain't nothing wrong with it, but he didn't show me anything different than what he's been showing me. He made JoJo look like every other Devin Haney opponent, which is good. You know, take it how you want to take it. So both guys look good. Neither guy looked like, you know, just world beaters. I think Cambrosos will give both guys a good fight. I'm interested to see what he does next. But yeah, man, that's my call for now. Shout out to Brandon Liz for the new fire intro. But I'll talk to you on my next call.
All right. Alex Vega, what up?
Don't make me hit you with the crickets.
Hey, hello, you can hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Hey, man, appreciate y'all making the trip out there to both fights. Appreciate the interviews. I ain't really got much to say about the fights because I ain't really see them all. All I know is my man Sergio Garcia got robbed against Fonduta, in my opinion. King Burn got moving for 25 on that. But I'm looking forward to Border Wars this week. Got my tickets, just looking for a place to stay. And, man, that's all I got. Appreciate y'all.
Hold on, Alex. Meet Alex. Alex, are there still rooms in our block?
Yeah, check in with me, Alex, on the DM. I'm gonna actually have a meeting with the hotel manager at 11 o'clock, which is in 6 minutes, and I can find out for you if there's a room there for you at a reduced cost. It's a little late in the game, but it's worth a shot. You know, we take care of our TBV fam, so if you're coming down to kick it with us, just hit me up on the DM, and I'll see what I can do for you.
Yeah.
All right, much.
All right, champ. So, obviously to CYP it's not going to matter that Eddie Hearn's personal account is bigger than his business account, and he still uses his bigger account to promote all his fighters, not just his special fighters.
It's just an argument. That's why I didn't entertain it too much. CYP, I get it. You're trying to defend Mayweather right now, but it's not.
Well,
it's not
as
working.
long as it's obvious that he's defending.
Yeah, he's defending, and it's not that it's not a legitimate argument because that tends to happen. Some of the personal accounts are usually a little higher, but you should use that personal platform in order to go ahead and put your fighters out there more. It doesn't matter whether it's a personal or working account or quote unquote whatever you're selling, or nobody wants to see what you're selling. It doesn't work like that. When you're talking about Floyd Mayweather, whenever he gets on anybody's camera, whether it be any network or anybody's outfit, it's gonna do numbers. He has that attention, so use that attention in order to promote your fighters if that's what you really want to do. But you can argue whatever you want to argue, man.
RNS1 says short attention span. Theater featuring Doomy. Yo, it's funny you said that, RNS1. I was just talking to him about that yesterday. God is good. That is so funny.
What did he say? What did he say?
You got a short attention span, bro. You get lost. You know what I'm saying? You got to double up questions on you. Like, yo, do me.
Call you. Hey, listen, man. I don't care what anybody says.
He's busy.
I do.
He got
a
a meeting in
things.
6 minutes. 3 minutes now. So let me get to the super chat. We know you busy, Doomy. Cry me a river. Actually, I don't need to do that. I'm here. This is the one all weekend I've been wanting to play this for him.
He was basically just a punching bag.
Not that one. Sorry, this one.
Excuses.
Yeah. Talk over it. Here it goes. Here it goes. You ready? Here it goes.
You ain't the soundboard king, Doug.
Listen.
I am.
Just listen.
Excuses. I knew it was coming.
Because it ain't
Hey,
just
yo,
excuses.
why does that voice low key sound like CYP?
No, that's Floyd.
I know. Sounded like CYP.
We got the best dad ever. The best dad ever says Eddie is so great. He put Devin fight on the same day as Martin Lawrence comedy show in the same place. None of these promoters are worth shit. I mean, come on. Now you asking a promoter not to compete with a comedy guy, like a comedian. Like he's already got to not compete with fighters and other rival promoters. Like, come on, man. But whatever. Look, everybody got their flavor, man. Obviously, you ain't an Eddie guy, and you don't appreciate what he's doing. Albie says Eddie is rich too. Rich, bro. Eddie is rich, bro. Yeah, that's what I said. But I guess, Mayweather's rich is different, so he got different set of rules. Or whatever. Smitty, Ness and Doomy out here getting flu private like IG models. I ain't mad at you. Laughing out loud emoji. Yo, word. That shit was amazing.
Said IG models.
Yeah. Getting flued out like IG models. That shit was amazing though, for real. I never been in one, so that's bucket list cross, man. And yo, it was just dope. Like, yo, I'm out there smoking. You know me and Doomy smoking 2 fat L's, and then Sean Porter whips up, valets his car, and he going private. That shit was dope. Shout out to Sean Zattel that was flying with Porter. You know what I'm saying? They was in a separate private. That shit was dope, man. It's like, yo, bucket list. Not that I ever had that on the bucket list, but it's like, boom, I did do something, It's like, wow. Anyway, Julio Guzman says CYP talks more than Floyd and nothing comes out. And let me go ahead and ring the alarm because that is your third. Do me with the background. Yo, that's how loud I am, though. Let's just be real. Let the world know that the background noise is my voice being picked up through the walls of my office into the dining room. That's
Thank
crazy.
you. Bro, I'm in a whole nother room.
I know.
This guy's voice
That's
is like
crazy.
a fucking sonic boom.
That's crazy. It's not fair. It's not fair. But it's still Doomy's fault because he hears it, so he's got to mute whenever he's not talking. And we're going to let me see any boomerangs. Who's up in this bitch? J Mac, what up?
Eric Cruz had one, but we'll get him after.
J Mac.
So you hating? I'm that guy. What you want to bet on? Bet 100,000 on that. Let's bet $1 million. You getting that money, right? Easy. Let's bet $1 million easy. And I for the bread. When I him, y'all gonna say he was too weak on my life.
Okay, bow down, bitches. I'm about to handle business. I'ma teach you all a lesson. This'll only take a minute. Got a part in all this passion in my blood. Niggas hating just because. Think about it. Everybody love Bud. J Mac, where you at? All these niggas hating on me. Shit is whack. So official with it. Don't check stats. Hey, I'm out here trying to get it. Next, I only got a minute. Get ready for the back attack.
Yo, can you hear me on my Bluetooth sound?
So far, so good.
Add a counterpunch to this. I definitely agree with CYP what he said in the argument. Tank don't speak much, so Mayweather's stardom definitely overshines him. And the difference between Eddie Rich and Mayweather Rich is Floyd a bigger star. You gotta remember, some people deem him as the greatest fighter to ever touch gloves. So anytime in Floyd's presence, he's gonna get asked questions. He's gonna be in the spotlight, and no matter how he does it, how he promotes it, whether he's quiet or not, he's gonna always be up for some type of critique. So I do agree with the separate accounts. Floyd is a bigger star, so I don't see why he would need to put him on that account. So like I said, I agree with the argument. Floyd is the clown who called in and said CYP speaks a lot and says nothing. He got you to counter punch in and pay your money. Okay, as far as the fights this weekend, all I seen was I was hard on Tank. I'm starting to believe the hand injury did play a part, but he definitely showed that he's not the greatest or like he's putting himself top 135 pounder in the moment right now. He definitely need to fight a Devin Haney. I think Devin did what Devin does, or at 135 continue to strive for his greatness, continue being undefeated, and all that showed me was these two need to fight. I think Ambrosius could fight any one of them, but I would prefer Devin Haney and Tank fight and see who gets the belt. And when Tank retain his belt, go ahead and fight for undisputed against Ambrosius. I mean, what the other topics was? That's
Nah, just both fights. Saturday, Sunday, man. Saturday, Sunday.
I still got Devin beating Tank. I think Devin still is the person that can outsmart Tank in the ring, and I still think Floyd knows what Tank levels is and why he has not put him in the ring with a fighter like Devin. That's why they talk about being the number one instead of fighting for number one. More talk.
Yo, imagine do me. Imagine being that big, bro. Imagine being that popular that your fans protect you at all costs. They defend you at all costs. That they literally are arguing against you, the person they're defending, making more money, making the smarter business decision. It's like, nah, Floyd don't want to be bothered on his personal social media, so he good with Tank making 100 or 200,000 pay-per-views, dog. Don't bother Floyd. Like, you dudes really need to just, like, stop. Like, come on, man. Like...
That's
promoting now is a bad thing. Nah. We got to do it from the small account. We don't need to make more money. Why do we got to make more money? Why do we got to try and sell more pay-per-views? What are you talking about, Ness? You're crazy. Leave Floyd alone. Like, you guys don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. This is so sad. Big Gucci Nick, what's up? Like, why wouldn't the promoter fuck it? If you like the fighter, then Why isn't it good for Tank to get properly promoted so he could do 1 million pay-per-view buys and get a bigger back-end check? Like, what are you guys talking about? It's more about the promoter than the fighter now.
The promotion is definitely one thing that I can't make an excuse for Mayweather. But what I can say is that I'm pretty sure that a lot of those big-time stars pull up because of Mayweather. I mean, I'm going to say that it's because of Gervonta Davis, obviously, but I think that Mayweather set that in place. You got a lot of stars out there, and along with Al Heyman, who's been in the entertainment industry, he definitely makes sure that the place is sold out. And he's a more shadow realm, if you want to.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna say it's Mayweather, man. I ain't gonna say it's Mayweather because I mean, does it help? Absolutely. That's the point. We're asking him to do more so it can help more. But you seen when Tank got in there, bro. You seen his smile, and you seen you heard it. They cheered like a motherfucker when he got in there. He's got a beautiful smile, bro. He's soaking it up. Listen, we're feedback, and I need you to mute. But yeah, man, they could do more, bro. Arguing that he shouldn't do more, finding reasons why someone shouldn't help you sell more pay-per-views. This is dumb. Stop arguing that. CYP with another argument counterpunch.
Counterpunch.
One thing we're not doing was talking about Tank and pay-per-views. You were talking about my kind of love and Homeboy. That's when I jumped in. So I don't know why we switching narratives. That usually happens when I'm talking. Secondly, Eddie Hearn personal page got 1.1 million. Mayweather Promotions got 1.1 million. I just checked because I always like the files. Floyd's fighters get more love and more views and likes than Eddie Hearn's do. So even when they both even, Floyd's still winning. And then I looked at the video from Tank's fight on Floyd's page and Tank's fight on the promotion page. They both got 250-ish thousand views. That means, like I said, those people on Floyd's personal page don't really give a fuck. They don't really care. So why waste that time and put a dude up there when the same amount of people go see him on the 1.1 million? That was my point, and it proved it perfectly. Stay on the 1.1 where people care about boxing and quit trying to waste posts over here where people don't care about boxing. If you think I'm lying.
Cut it. The saddest part is that he thinks he's right. Meanwhile, people paying to be on Mayweather's personal page. You see, the argument is just is moronic. People are paying. He literally, I told them before and he lied, okay? He is not listening. We never debated anything about Montana Love. The only time we even spoke Montana was about the jet. So you didn't hear. Then you said, I'm changing the argument. No. And obviously it's about pay-per-view. The fucking fight was a pay-per-view. And I said that he was telling people on his personal posts to buy the pay-per-view and not to steal it. The argument is that he told people to buy it. He went and did a very beautiful post telling them not to steal and how the fighter makes money from the pay-per-view. Then he deleted it. But again, it's like I said, you're a zombie following him, and that's what's going on. Because it's Floyd, he can do no wrong. You're literally saying don't waste posts. When people pay Floyd to post, he's gonna argue again. He's gonna spend more money to make believe that he's right. It's hilarious to me. Hilarious. Mr. PBC, what's up? Dude really telling someone don't make more money for the fighter.
Mr. PBC, baby.
BoxingVoice.com.
I'm the flyest. Canelo talking about he believe he can win. Go to my kitchen. Get the sharpest knife and cut the bullshit out. I don't care what you do good. I do every fucking thing great.
Mr. PBC, baby.
Yo. Good morning, y'all.
What up?
The Tank fight was really good. It was a fight. Cruz brought it. He definitely was catching him to the body a lot. But the fact that he pushed that jab and Tank and kind of turned him, it kind of impressed me. I thought he was going to bang. But dude, like hardcore bang, like just brawl it out till someone falls. But smart move. It was a good fight. Definitely won money on decision. Luckily, it was a risky move, but I kind of thought he was going to go decision. Cruz was looking like a zombie up in there. No emotions. But I feel like people come there also because I think Floyd is a promoter. I think that they do things like that. Like they give invitations to these NBA celebrities and stuff like that. There was definitely a lot of people there, though.
Cut it. Again, man, that's the benefit of sliding with Floyd is the assumption. But Richardson Hitchens isn't getting that. So are we saying what? That it's Floyd or is it Tank? Because if it's Floyd, then we're also saying that not only is he not a good promoter, but he's a bad promoter because he only brings out the stars for Tank. He doesn't give invitations, which is what you indicated. You think people get invites. So then he's not inviting Magic Johnson to Richardson Hitchens' fight with Malik Hawkins, who are two Mayweather promoted fighters. He's not inviting none of those celebrities. He's not making a big deal of it, is what you're saying. So you're right then. If you're right and I'm wrong, he's a fucking bad promoter then. He went from being bad to one of the worst, I guess. I don't know. You got to pick your poison because it ain't good. Neither one is good. JT, okay, you just listening? King Born, what is up?
When you see old dirty bastard fall in a position like that, then you know that I'm getting ready to bust your
Yo, y'all hear me, right? Listen, first of all, I love my TBV comrades. I love my TBV comrades. Let's get to it. Hey, yo, that fight with Tank, yo, Isaac Cruz was a goddamn zombie from 28 days later mixed with the Terminator. The dude just kept coming. You couldn't kill him. The only way you could kill him was after the 12th round bell sound. Shit was wild, man. Yo, the dude was so short. Our girlfriends and his wives is taller than him, man. Fucking Tank. Tank fought a cat that was 5'2", man. When he ducked, his body was on the lower belt rung on the belts, man. Dude was that short. Tank couldn't even get busy on him. But what we saw, though, that Tank could box his ass off. You heard? But like I said, man, shout out to Cruz, but Tank the truth, man. You know what I'm saying? That Devin Haney shit, all Devin Haney did was did Elastic Man style. Stand right there, boom! Hit him in the stomach with the body shot. JoJo, by the time the 10th round, dude was folded. And let me tell y'all something, man. Let me tell y'all something about my Montana love. This shit is crazy. Yo, next, when I do border wars, I'm bringing a goddamn 4-foot alligator in. I'm bringing an 80-year-old man. The opposite of Montana love, man.
Yeah, man. Montana love know what he doing, man. He got people talking, man. He got people talking. He got another stoppage, so that's 2 stoppages back to back. I didn't know this dude he just fought. It don't matter, because we know, he was meant to be in a showcase because he got the stoppage on Showtime or Triller. I think it was a Jake Paul undercard. I don't know, but it wasn't on Dazn, so they had to make him look good to the Dazn audience. So, the fights that's out there for him, I interviewed him. If you checked out my interview, the fights that he wants are Mikey and Regis, and those are out there for him. He would love those 2 fights. Obviously there's a possible Devin fight there. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but him and Regis sparred and they friends. And Regis, I spoke to him and he's like, yeah, that's my man. We've even sparred. But when I spoke to Montana and I said, damn, y'all sparred, y'all know each other, and he said y'all friends, so is that gonna stop you from getting this money? And he like, nope, we gonna definitely fight. So yeah, man, he got the right mentality at least, and hopefully, they could get him them fights over there because, Matchroom ain't the best side, man. Even though we wanted to be, or I wanted to be, it ain't the best side. They do have fighters that they don't get fights for whatever reason, and yeah, they got to try and address that shit. I was talking to Eddie too. You should check that interview out. Because I told him about that. Like, bro, you keep worrying about this Charlo shit. Won't you show those people that you want them to work with you that you could fucking make Andre to fight? You know what I'm saying? He got dudes right on this side of the street, man. And he found some wordsmith answer, so it is what it is. But at least I tried, Who we got up in this bish? Oh, the Doomy. No, he didn't. All right. Mr. CYP, your real call. Free 99.
Let me see. There's gonna be so much shit that we ain't gonna agree on. Cool. But the idiots and the name calling, I ain't calling you an idiot. I ain't just talking about. I'm talking about chats, everybody, because y'all know me. I don't mind going off on nobody. But recently, people been calling me a bully. When I don't respond, let people pick on me. So if y'all gonna pick on me, cool. But don't cry when I eat through your ass. Now, I remember when I was in Texas for school, right? Y'all know I'm from California, and B2K is that movie. I love that movie, right? But they weren't playing it in Texas. I was like, why the hell they ain't playing it? B2K is so popular. I have to learn that they don't put certain movies in every theater simply because you want them to, because it's a waste of money sometimes. They put it in regions that people want it. If you influence Instagram post when he's posting about boxing, it don't do much. But on the Mayweather page, it does a lot. He's tried it before. People just don't care. They'd rather see Floyd throw money up. They don't care about the boxing on his page, is what I'm trying to say. If they did, go ahead and use it.
Cut it. Man, why are you doing this, man? Oh, I swear to God, since this show started, and he's been on the opposite side of this argument, and I'm glad I got Brandon there. Brandon, cut down the smallest version of Jay-Z's Dig a Hole, man. Like, he got 2 parts, you know what I'm saying? You could go to the hook where it's like, dig a hole, and find a good part, because obviously my man won't let the shovel fucking go. He's digging the deepest hole with this argument. And then he got another part in that same album, same song, where he's like, something like, kick away the chair. You know, I just give him the rope and kick away the chair. You know what I'm saying? That's what this guy is right here. He's just, I don't even have to counter the dude. You just got to listen to his call. Like, he's literally telling Mayweather, yeah, you're right, don't promote. He literally said, no, we only promote certain fighters in certain regions. So being an international star is a bad thing in CYP. Like, this dude is trippy, man. You need to get smoked. Just get a little smoke, man. Change things up. I see a boomerang jumped in, Stonebone. I don't know if you hippity hip or want me to go to a couple people. What's up? You know what the conversation is? You ready?
Nope, I wasn't. I just jumped on.
All right, I'll give you some time and come back to you. I see you there, though, champ. You know, sometimes you get lost in the S's, but I seen you just jumped on. Like I see my man Hawk in Maryland. Get that mic situated, champ. We going out to you. What's up?
What up, Ness?
How are you, brother?
All right, my brother. I see you and Doomy was out there having a great time. See more ass than a toilet seat out there, I bet. I was about to say,
that was a good one.
We had a great old weekend though. We had a great old weekend. We had Ellaby threatening Hearn on live air, talking about slapping the shit out of Hearn, and then you got Terrence Crawford out in the ocean. Yeah, on Skype, you got Terrence Crawford out in the ocean looking for big fish, calling Earl Spence. I mean, we had a good weekend. I think Haney looked really sharp, but Haney takes too many left hands from a southpaw. He got to work on that southpaw defense. And Tank, all I saw was the Marcus Maidana Floyd Mayweather setup for a rematch. That's all I saw. Because Tank was outboxing him, and then he started like boxing him with one hand. I know he said his hand was hurting, but he was like purposely not punching. I just thought he dragged that fight 12 rounds because they know they can get the rematch with that fight. All the Mexicans, people going to buy that next fight, the rematch, and they're going to make a big pay-per-view on that.
Bruh, hey, yo, if he do a rematch with Isaac Cruz, yo, that's going to be Mayweather-Maidana. And I promise you, my audio is there. I argued there is no need for a Mayweather-Maidana rematch. He won that fight easy 8-4. And it wasn't, I'm sure if you go listen to that episode, I didn't score at 8-4. You know, but I said I could be generous. I even told these crazy Maidana fans, fuck it. Fuck it. Maidana won versus Mayweather. The first fight, fuck it. Give Maidana all 5 first rounds. But they can't find another round after that. You can't even argue another round. Can't nobody argue the 12th, the 11th. There's nothing to argue, bro. That shit was a fucking Mayweather-Canelo. After he took off, he took off. Now, the only argument you could have argued. I'm sorry, the last thing I'll say is the only argument is what round you think Mayweather took off. But when he took off, clear separation. And it's what he said. Once I figure you out, you're done. You're done.
Yeah, he gave you know, you give an example, and it's so similar, right? Because how many people, you know, saw Floyd Mayweather losing the first fight, and how many rounds he'd lose? You know, I don't think that he lost too many, and he still gave Maidana a second chance. So even though
that's what I'm saying, that he did it because he's seen like, oh shit, there's an audience that is a money grab.
It's a money grab.
Like, as a fight fan, you should not be saying that this fight deserves a rematch, just like you shouldn't have been saying Mayweather-Maidana needed a rematch. You just want to get fucked. You just want to pay another pay-per-view. That's all you want to do, because these fights was not close. I don't care what nobody say. Mayweather-Maidana wasn't close, and neither was Tank versus Cruz. That shit wasn't close. You'd be tripping.
Yeah. The thing is that, you know, arguably, yeah, scorecard, fight points, all that. Yeah, but we never seen Gervonta face adversity like that, and as well as we never had really seen, you know, Floyd Mayweather face that type of aggression. I mean, with Mayweather, he took with Cotto, Mayweather might have taken a little bit of punishment unnecessarily. Who else that I could say got him with a good one? Shane, but that was like early, and you know, Floyd Mayweather, you know, knew how to react to a punch like that, held and did his thing the rest of the fight. So. I think that with Maidana was more the money grab, of course, and that that ability to retain that type of crowd, and convincingly say like, oh, this is the guy that can take Floyd Mayweather out. It's a money team. You're going to capitalize on that. Can they capitalize on Isaac Cruz the way that Floyd Mayweather did with Maidana? That's another story. Obviously, Floyd Mayweather was later in his career. I don't know if comparatively Gervonta Davis is in that same time in his career. But can he do it? Can he pull it off with Isaac Cruz? As much as we want to sit here, and as boxing analysts and experts in the sport, there's plenty of fans out there who probably don't recognize it as intimately as we do, but can actually say, like, listen, this guy can be that guy that given the right opportunity again, could probably do something. So, it's crazy because you're trying to cater to so many types of fans, hardcores, casuals, and Mexican fans also, because they really stuck behind their guy that night. I mean, they really believed in Isaac, and Isaac kind of became a star in a loss. They can get more money off of this guy if it's done right.
Yeah, more money, but is he gonna win? My man lost to a dude with one hand. He's gonna check your text. Mute. This guy lost to a dude with one hand, bro. He's gonna lose even worse when Tank's healed. So I mean, you want to spend money, cool. I'm just calling it Mayweather Maidana. Is one of those fights where I see a guy win 8-4. Even if you want to argue 7-5, but it ain't needed. It's clear. Like, he did that with one hand. Like, do you need to see him do it with two? Like, I don't get it, man. But whatever. It is what it is. I'm not gonna argue. The true topic that we're talking is obviously Tank versus Isaac Cruz, Devin versus Joseph Diaz. Both weekends, both fight nights. We went to both. What did you think? We've even talked about the cheers, the boos, the fact that both A sides kind of looked like B sides when it came to the Mexicans being in that crowd and responding for their fighter. It was insane to be in both of those buildings, man. I don't know how economically good that is for the promoters to fight on Saturday and Sunday. And I know that as a man, it's not easy to fucking go to Vegas and Los Angeles for two separate fight nights. But man, it does feel good to do it. To be able to see Tank live and Devin live, fuck. I only want that fight that much more. I don't want Cambosos. I've been saying it, man. The biggest fight to make is Tank versus Haney, because those two audiences is gonna be crazy, man. Those two fan bases mixing. I love that. I want to see what that looks like. That shit's gonna be a fucking movie, bro. And then you got Mayweather and Ellaby. They're a personality, but that Bill's a personality, man. And then you got Eddie, who's a personality. So the weigh-ins, the press conferences, it's going to be there. You got Eddie to fucking poke the bear. He will poke the bear. You know it. Floyd might have to show up from the beginning. He show up at the end. He might have to be there all fight week because Eddie is a wordsmith. And look, now you got Ellerby talking about he going to smack Eddie Hearn on sight.
Real quick, man, I'm going to just say my piece on that, and then I'm going to exit. Man, you're always going to get a great fight when you got two stars, right? You got Devin Haney and Gervonta Davis, undefeated fighters, top of their game, bosses. Well, I could definitely say that about Devin. He's his own boss. And he garnered a good crowd with JoJo. I don't know how much of it was more JoJo but you could definitely know that the Devin Haney support and the presence was there on site. The numbers on the buys or anything that's streamed, that's a whole nother thing, right? Who brings more to the table? But ask yourself this: is it time to bring these two fighters together? We've been clamoring and kicking rocks and punching the walls for the top fighters to fight each other. the self-proclaimed Four Kings, and all this other stuff. And it's time. It's time for these fighters to start fighting each other. You saw what happened with Teofimo and Kambosos. I know we didn't expect too much from Kambosos, but we knew that he was a gritty fighter. And look how it turned out for him. We love the fight. We want these guys to start fighting higher competition. We got lucky with Isaac Cruz, honestly, that he was able to bring that type of fight, and we got a good fight. But if you're talking about Devin Haney and Gervonta Davis, that's a huge, huge fight. And you got to just be willing to ask yourself, is it time for these two to be ready to take that O? But before you go into it, Ness, I am going to peace out. Shout out to the whole TBV family. You know what it is. It's Alex Doomsday Lioness, the Doomatron. I'm getting deactivated right now. I got to get with the hotel managers for the Border Wars event. Please, Ness, put up the link on the chat, please, for the event Groove. If you guys are out here in the Florida area, click on the link on the live chat. If you happen to catch this program afterwards, post-production, please go to our IG page on our link tree. Our Event Groove link is there. Go buy your tickets. It's going to be a hell of an event, a brand new venue internally. They've changed the seating layout, so it's stadium kind of seating. It's pretty cool. We're going to have a lot of fun, a lot of people coming down from the TV universe that are just coming down to watch the fights and enjoy a good time with us. So shout out to everybody for all the support again. Anybody in Florida, make noise about this event. We want as much people to attend as possible. I'll be making some announcements, if not today, within the next couple of days, because me and Ness do have to go to the venue after the show and go take a look at things and speak to people. So, again, show the support and love, man. We're doing it big for this one. It's going to be at the White Sands Fitness Center, Boxing and Fitness Center in Plant City, Florida. So show some love, show up, kick it with the crew. Get involved with the fighters that are involved in the program who are actually participating. Great stories. You might want to try it out. Great way to find a supportive community, and at the same time, you can lose some weight through the love of the sport of boxing. So it's worked out. 12 programs already, 12 events. This is our 13th one, and it's going to be amazing, the biggest one yet. So, again, shout out to all the fighters who are participating. Some of them have come back from participating in other events. So it goes to show you that this event is very fun, and it's going to be available for playback after. So, you can share it with friends and family, kick up some popcorn and beer, whatever you like, and enjoy it, maybe telling your kids or grandchildren in the future. So it's going to be live streamed here on the Boxing Voice YouTube channel. It might be live streamed with another partner of ours that has been in talks with us, but I'll let Ness announce that once it's confirmed. Again, thank you guys. I'm out.
Peace.
Peace.
So we'll get back to some of these callers. Who we got? King Born, man. Why you got your? That's you. Everybody complaining about unmuted, man. Damn. Always with your shit. Yo, who we got up next? Rick, right? Is it Rick? Yes, it is. In ATL, what up?
What up, Nestor? Man, Doomatron deactivated. I missed him. Dude, I love your interviews with Eddie and Philip Hergovich.
Oh, that's
I guess
Phillip,
Hergovich
man.
is going to fight Dazn.
That guy is he not funny?
He's funny as shit. I didn't know he could talk English like that.
Neither did I, brother. Neither did I.
Cool, man. Listen, I thought Haney was taking some clean shots when I was watching that fight, and I was like, man, I don't know if he can take those shots from Tank, because Tank, I assume, hits harder than JoJo, right? But then when I saw the Tank fight, I know styles make fights, and they're all four different fighters and all that, but, I think JoJo's better than Cruz, right? So, I don't know, man. I think that fight made the Haney and Tank fight even more interesting, and I'm still leaning towards Haney on it, and I am biased. I just like Haney better. I don't really like Tank. I do like Haney. Would love to see that fight in Atlanta. That'd be awesome. Nestor, keep up the good work, bro. Appreciate it. Y'all have a good one.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you for the years of support. Listen, I love that fight. I just hope it doesn't become the new Mayweather-Mosley. Like, is Haney going to have to get in the ring on Tank just to get the fight? Like, we need to start talking about it right now. That's the fight, man. That shit, that's the pay-per-view fight, man. You know, and let's come together. Like, why do we always need a fucking Mexican across from one of these dudes? Why? Like, they could fight. This is the fight, man. I've been to both their fights now. I've been to both their last 2 fights, right? Yup. I went to Linares and Joseph Diaz, and I went to Barrios and this one. So they last 2. Mind you, I've been to more Tank fights than that. You know? Bro, that fan base, it needs to come together. It's huge, man. That shit would be big, man. I like that fight. And that style, you got your classic puncher versus your boxer. The thing is, the Tank's got the twist, man. He could punch. Now, for Tank, he called the easy work, and he called the easy work because obviously he's a better southpaw than JoJo. You know, he's a dangerous southpaw, you know. But this week showed us, hey, yo, Tank broke his hand trying to knock him out. But a defensively disciplined dude wasn't getting knocked out. And Cruz showed that. Like, I'm blocking that uppercut. No matter how many times you try it, my right hand is up. You know, he broke his hand. So, yes, we don't know that whether he broke his hand when he, you know, not broke it, but fractured or injured it, whatever the case may be, whether or not, if that didn't happen, would he have gotten a stoppage later after accumulation? Strong possibility. But, you know, Cruz did what he had to do, and that was the outcome, you know. You know, he blocked it, so that it is what it is. His hand got hurt. He didn't get knocked out. And, you know, I'm not saying that Haney has the same chin as Cruz because, you know, Haney showed that he could get hurt, but Cruz hasn't showed that he's the puncher of Linares. Cruz just showed he's a very active fighter, you know, and by active I mean output, you know, but he didn't show he's a Linares style puncher. Linares can punch on the highest level. He's shown that. Haney got hurt by a guy who's hurt and dropped the biggest names in boxing. Cruz ain't shown that. So, you know, I'm just saying, I don't know that Tank could knock out Devin. That's what I'm fucking saying, okay? That's all I'm saying. I don't know that. Especially with the boxing skill of Devin. He's so defensively sound. Even when he's hurt, he knows what to do. That's why he clinched, you know? That's important. The bad thing would have seen him trying to go in there and fight. But Canna, what up? Just listening? All right. Oh, okay, what up? You are or you not? You just listening? Okay, J. Will's on you then. J. Will in Ohio. Are you available?
You know, like I know, you should lie low. Killer, I used to get it in Ohio.
And you was speaking on the Nets and the promoting thing, and I didn't even know about the whole social media deleting of the post. I was just looking at the vibe at the post conference between him and Gervonta. Gervonta don't even look that man in the eye. Like, even when Floyd put his hand on his shoulder, was like, Tank, I'm proud of you. I'm proud you came out here and did da. He did all that, right? Tank never looked at that man in the eye. Tank, there's something going on behind the scenes between them two, and it's evident. Just the way they carry on in front of everybody. And for you to go and to post something, they're going behind and delete that. Like, you make it evident that there's something that there's going on between them two. And to me, this seems like there's a tinge of, I don't want to say jealousy, but it's like, you know, hey, I became Floyd without the help of one of the greatest of all time. I did it on my own. I'm not going to go get this dude extra help. He got to do it on his own type. And that's what I'm getting. You know, that's the kind of vibe I'm getting from Floyd. And to me, it's tacky. You know what I'm saying? It's beneath somebody who's supposed to be one of the best ever. That's, you know, I don't know, man. It's and then another thing, he could spend 5 minutes talking, 10 minutes talking, taking up most of the time at the post conference, but you can't post something on your social media about the dude, about your best fighter. Come on, man. It smells funny, man. That's my call.
Are you with me?
Thank you. CYP, it looks like I owe you a counterpunch. I apologize.
But again, niggas do that all the time. They always talking without looking at nothing up. And Floyd gonna be one of the greatest boxers, regardless of how he interacts with Tank or interacts as a promoter. That does not change. Secondly, if you look at ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports, 100 million people fuck with ESPN. Look up boxing, see where it's at. See how many sports are above boxing. See why people get mad and want to scream at me and call me names? Because they don't want to accept the fact boxing ain't that damn popular. People have tried to promote it. They've tried things. It does not work. People don't really give a fuck. So you got to give them something to give a fuck about. Floyd has tried it. He's tested it out. They just don't care. 1 million followers on the promotion page is a lot of followers for you to promote yourself and promote your fights, which he does every single day consistently. That's a great page for the boxers to promote on. But that's not good enough. You know why? Because black people always got to fucking complain about everything. CYP out.
He said that's not good enough. That's the problem right there. You looking to do just enough. We looking for the promoter to go above and beyond. You saying the sport's broke, people don't care, leave it alone. Like that, like, bro, you're... Who is up? Where's my Gene Bear at, huh? Keem the Dream, what up? My condolences, champ. Are you available? I said no. Do your thing. Okay. Who is there? I got so many names. I'm trying not to use this fucking list. I'm saying whose name I know. So I ain't got to use the list. But I think this is Justin, right? Fuck. Justin?
Yeah, that's me.
Got it. Oh, shit. What up?
What's up? It's great to have y'all back, man. It seemed like ever since Floyd said what he said about Canelo, everybody been going crazy. But it's good to have some level-headed people. I think it's blown out of proportion. But I do agree with you guys. Like, Floyd definitely needs to promote his fighters, especially Hitchens. I'm a big fan of Hitchens. I'd like to see Hitchens versus Love. And I think, the Cruz and Tank fight was great. I mean, Cruz definitely, he got another fan in me, definitely, man. I love that peekaboo style. His defense was great. I think, that style would be tough for anybody because, like, right now, you can't really name any boxers, like, in the present day who use that style. I can't name any. So just because the style's so rare, he'd be a tough fight for anybody, I think. And he's built like a rock. And you can make. I know Tank's camp said that. That's about time.
That's your time.
All right.
But you know what it is. You could always do a cash app to NestGTO, $NestGTO. $5 gets you a counterpunch. You get back there and you get your, voice it, finish your opinion. If not, you could do a super chat for $5 and do CP, which means counterpunch, and we'll get right back to you. In the meantime, I'm gonna have to use the list, man. I'm gonna have to use the list. Who's first then? Fudge. There's a lot of y'all there. Shout out to everybody that called in. Appreciate everybody that calls in. This is Cantrell, Phoenix. I'm gonna get that one down one day.
Yo, Next, it's good to hear from you, man, but I'm going to be fast. I don't think Mayweather is a bad or a good promoter. I feel like Mayweather, he want to be like P. Diddy in the 1990s. He's going to be all up in the videos, all up in the interviews, making everything all about him. Also, I feel like that worked out for Tank because Tank he'd be so quiet, he act like he a mute, like he can't talk. I feel like for him to reach superstar, I think he needs to work on talking more without Mayweather being there. That's my call. And good to have you back.
All right. You're right, cause
and when you in the trenches, it's cool to shoot them bullets. How you gonna defend yourself when them bullets coming back?
Go
You know what I mean? He did say that, but, you know, like CYP said, he had a good villain to trigger him. You know what I'm saying? But that's where Mayweather comes in. Again, you don't only promote on your social media to try and generate more dollars via pay-per-view buys. You also coach your star pupil by telling him what he needs to do, helping him understand he needs to be an antagonist. Same thing you did to Victor Ortiz when you fucking choked him at the weigh-in. You know what I'm saying? Same thing you did to Mosley at the weigh-in. And even Oscar De La Hoya. Like, listen, Floyd, all he got to do is tell him, bro. Like, you got to coach him. You know, they ain't been on that level. And when you get there, you know, it's brighter than they think. So no one's saying Tank has it down pat. We saying, bro, you got one of the best to do it. The one that talks about the green print. Like, he should be giving you the green print to follow verbally, coaching you through the moments. You know what I'm saying? Giving you little talking points, too. He could give them talking points. You know what I'm saying? Like, he did bad in that Custard interview, trying to say, like, who's really fighting anybody, knowing that the dudes that everybody is fighting, come on, like, they the names of the division. You know what I'm saying? So they fighting. But anyway, I think this is Jermaine, right? Let me see. No, Julius. What up? In Lakeland.
How you doing, man? Hello?
Chilling. How are you? Good morning.
Man, I'm good. I'm the guy that was homeless years ago, but now I'm not. I was listening to you while I was there. I told you that story.
Oh, man. God bless, man. Shout out to you.
Man, it was getting me through because what I do is, I might listen to it, or what I do is, you know how to download it. So I download it, and I work, and then I go back. You know, it's just so hectic. I just be on my bed with my damn bag as my pillow, listening to it till I go to sleep till about 5:36 in the morning. To do it all again for a while. But
it's amazing.
So I'm pumping gas. Reason I call because man, I do want to. I think Devin and Tank, they did an excellent job, man, boxing, and because JoJo and Cruz, man, they was doing that winky right, that high guard defense. It was like they wasn't trying to get knocked out. They was gonna give the body shots, but they wasn't trying to give a lot of headshots. So I think Devin and Tank did what they have to do, is win and get to the next day.
Well, all right, brother, man. Thank you for calling in, man, and shout out to you, man. We glad we was able to get you through some tough times. And I'm just inspired, man. I'm just like taken back. I'm taken back that you, you know, even chose to listen to us through those times. It's crazy how small the world and the community is because Justin from Milwaukee also at one point went through that situation and you know, was listening to us as well to get through those tough times. So just, you know, shout out to you guys, man. I appreciate it for real. But James, what's good?
What's goody?
What's going on, bro? Been a minute. He's alive.
Yeah, I'm alive. I'm hanging in. See y'all in Florida, man.
Yeah, we back, man. Border Wars, man. When you land?
Friday morning.
Nice.
En la mañana, el viernes.
Nice. It's been a minute, too, man. We got to hook up Friday in the morning. Where airport you landing at?
Un momento.
Let me see what I got here. We stopped at Julio Guzman. Then he said, bam, bam, bam. Yes. Then it was Supermex. Go for it.
DPA.
Okay, that's Tampa. All right.
See, yeah, at noon, Friday.
Well, now they're going to be waiting on you with the cameras now. Now they know. They coming in with the cameras. You didn't get an itinerary. Let me get to this super chat. We got Super Mix. So what's up? Where you at? You driving or something? I'm talking to you, champ. No? All right. I got Super Max that says, nope, that's the wrong one. I'm screen sharing the wrong one. This one is the one. He said, Brandon just won intro of the year. Obviously, that was when we played Brandon's new intro, which was phenomenal. Can't deny that. Eric Cruz with a super chat. He says, when couch potatoes believe fighters should fight the same even with an injury is ridiculous. Exactly. People expecting Tank to get a knockout with a broken hand or an injured hand. And the fact that you're crazy. Julio Guzman with another super chat. Shout out to Julio. It's like numero 5, right? You stop that micromanaging. And then he says, I support anyone who provides platforms and opportunities to fighters. The Floyd-Eddie argument is stupid. Nothing but respect to both. Okay. I guess neither one of us win in his eyes. And you know I want to win. All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Even if it's in my head. Right? Got to believe in you before anybody going to believe in you. Albie says, I thought we read that. Okay, so it's another one he's got. Shout out to Albie for the second super chat. He says, these guys are weird. Now Mayweather too rich to promote from his personal account. The money going to go back to him either way. Crying pussycat emoji. Yo, hilarious. That's what I'm saying, bruh. It's funny to me. It's funny. But hey, you can't make it up, man. That's why this is the greatest show in the world, because you get to hear opinions from all over the world. Like, CYP is in Cali. J-Mac, who agrees with him, is all the way in Dallas right now by way of New Orleans. You know, so it's crazy. It's just like we get opinions from all over the world. We got Fred Robinson that says, they are going to find a way to keep Kambosos away from Haney. Devin is already talking about ditching the franchise belt. Obvious emoji. Yeah, man. Yeah, because he said once he wins it, he's not petitioning for that shit. Like, it's got to stop somewhere, you know, and that's what it is. Like, somebody's got to stand up to that shit, you know, because they're milking it. They're fucking milking it. And by they, I mean the WBC. I spoke to Mauricio Sunday. He was at the Tank fight. And we had a good chat. Again, if I was a writer, I'd be having killer articles, but I don't. So I give conversation. And that being said, I spoke to him and I pressed him because, remember, before the convention, when we had him on the show, he said during the convention he was going to be addressing the WBC franchise belt because he's recognized that it's caused some issues. So I pressed him, doubled down on that, and he said that they're going to be sending something out in an email. But look, the convention has been over. They probably ain't do shit, but if we keep interviewing and asking what happened to the revision, there's supposed to have been a revision of the franchise, you know, of him addressing our concerns. So, you know, people need to stay on him. These writers, they're fucking right. You know, they need to do their job, you know. But who we got next? In the 404, that look like Quavo. What up?
What's up, man? I'm gonna be real quick. I seen the Devin Haney fight. I liked it. That was a good fight, and that boy Montana Love, he showed out a little bit. But I wasn't able to catch the Tank fight because it was on Sunday, and I had to work Monday. And I was gonna ask you this question right here: do you think that affects the pay-per-view buys and sales? Because if the fight was on Saturday, I would have bought it. You know what I mean? That's my call on my.
Yo. I'm sorry, I lost you.
Yo, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, did you ask me a question?
Yeah, I asked you about, I told you I seen the Devin Haney fight. I seen Montana Love. I liked his fight. I liked that McCaskill fight too, but I wasn't able to catch the Tank fight because it was on a Sunday. and I had to get up way early on a Monday. And my question to you is, do you think that affect the pay-per-view sales?
I mean, I don't know, man. I'm gonna get to some other callers. I'll say this though. I'm gonna say the obvious answer is yes because Cruz was a late minute replacement, but it didn't affect the tickets. It didn't affect the tickets, and it's a good fight. But that's why I'm shocked that Mayweather dropped the thing from his social media because it should have been another post like, yo, if you ain't catch it, you can still buy the pay-per-view. That shit was a war. You know what I mean? And he could tease it. First time Tank ever gets touched like this. But they don't want to promote, man. And dude's going to defend them, and then they're going to keep doing what they're doing because dude's is defending them, and nobody cares. I just hope Tank's pay-per-view numbers don't suffer because of that, you know? He's already going in with a late replacement. The least you think you can do is fucking, promote. But we got Fred Robinson who says they're going to find a way. Oh, we said that. Fuck, Fred. We got you already. What's next? Who is in the 262? All right. Well, in the meantime, I'm going to JP in Long Beach or Stone Bone, actually. Are you ready? All right. I see J Mac with the boomerang. Go for it.
It's funny. Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Yeah, it's funny how you say you like to win in your own head and clearly run your narrative after we state our opinion about an opinionated topic any fucking way, which is borderline delusional. Second of all, you sit up here and say they just had a successful event on Sunday. Whether we whether we discredit what time it was on Sunday or not, but Tank is a star. But you saying Mayweather ain't promoting. You need to make up your mind which argument you gonna take a stance on. Whether you have a problem with how he promotes and you're critiquing that, and instead of saying the dude not promoting, because if he ain't promoting, why is Tank so goddamn successful? And we're not gonna act like Floyd ain't the reason why Tank have the success he have today. So make your mind up. Stop arguing bullshit and stop making narratives up so you can continue arguing shit that you have a problem with. That's my.
You might need a new Bluetooth, man. That's the problem. I think the first problem is you need to spend some money on a good Bluetooth or just hunker down and use some wired headphones like Doomy had on today. Because you're obviously not listening. You know, you didn't hear the conversation, but anything other than that, I'm not going to say much, man. My producer loves me, and that's why I love him. And, you know, he makes this show great. And because of that, you know.
Dig a hole, go ahead, bury yourself.
Man, bury yourself, bro. I'm not even answering you dudes, you know what I mean? Like, you know, it is what it is, man. If that's your definition of a successful business, then amen. And, you know, to you specifically, there's nothing to answer because you didn't really even, you know, you didn't even know what you was talking about because I said that they definitely sold tickets, but not promoting it being a last-minute replacement could definitely affect pay-per-view buys, which at the end of the day means everything. But, you know, again, you might need to invest in a Bluetooth so that you can hear the conversations and know how to debate, you know what I mean? You know what to debate about versus just rambling. But we got Adrian in Wisconsin. What up? Come on down.
Is my sound okay? I'm in the gym.
You're straight.
Can you hear me?
Straight.
All right. Yeah, man. I like the Devin Haney fight. Thought the card was pretty good. I think I watched highlights and kind of a off-brand stream of the Tank fight because I wasn't able to get it. I was busy. Tried to rewatch on YouTube the other day. I mean, I think both of those fights, they fought good fighters. They were exciting fights, and I think it just sets it up for later on. I mean, I hope sooner than later, but I think that all the politics with everything going on in that triangle of maybe like Kambosos, Haney, Tank, I mean, I think that's just going to take time to play out. We'll see how it goes because I think we got a lot of good Christmas gifts in the fourth quarter of boxing. We got a lot of great fights, so let's just hope that going into the new quarter that there's going to be more great fights on the horizon, and it keeps going the direction that it's going, just for us as the fans. Otherwise, man, all I got to say is, man, I'm excited for you, Ness. I'm going to check out all those interviews you got to do while you were in Vegas, and, man, I'm ready to come to Florida, brother. It's 7 degrees here, bro.
Ow!
I woke up thanking God that I'm going to Florida in a couple of days.
Bruh.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Jesus. Jesus.
So, yeah. I woke up this morning a little irritated, but glad that I'm coming down. So anybody make your way down to Florida, you're going to have the Airbnb. We got the big Airbnb, so all the TBV fam is more than welcome to come by. I'm pretty sure me and the mayor and all that, we're going to have a cookout and whatnot.
Oh, shit, I'm coming to that. Yo,
yeah, that's what I'm saying, man.
After weigh-in cookout, sponsored by the mayor. I love it.
Yeah, because we'll be down there Thursday. We're going to arrive Thursday afternoon in Florida. So we'll be down there early, obviously, because we're rolling with Ziptana and Chino and everybody.
Tell him get me some pork ribs, man. I need pork ribs in my life, man. I ain't afraid of no pork.
I got you. Ain't no assalamu alaikum with you, brother. But yeah, I'm down with the ribs too. I'm all good with it. Yeah. But yeah, so anybody who comes down and is part of the TBV fam, just know that we're going to be kicking it. We got the Airbnb. It's very close in the same spot as the hotels. So it's not like a far drive or anything, man. We're just looking to have a good time and enjoy ourselves. And I look forward to seeing you guys down there and just having a good time, observing the fights and seeing how the divisions shake out.
90 seconds.
To start to really get ready for Border Wars 14. So, you know, me and Chino scouting. We scouting. We coming to scout the competition. So it's going to be going down.
Listen, man. Dudes better come out, man. I don't even know. This might be the last one for all we know. Things is looking crazy. You know, we might be very busy. So, it's best you come out. You know, the truth of the matter is
60 seconds.
The next one, I don't know when it is. And obviously that's nothing new. We've always not known when the next one is until it's actually done. Until this one is actually done or the one that we're doing is actually done, we never know, right? We always wait for the biggest winner to reveal itself and find the best location based off the most fighters that want to fight. So all that still remains outside of the fact that it just may not be physically possible, depending on one or two things. But James, you trying to say something? Because I hear you backgrounding over there.
I got 2 points real. Well, not a point, but a question and a point. First question is, ¿Qué hace tiempo en Florida ahora?
You mean the temperature, not the time, but the temperature is 75, and if you did mean the time, it's 12 o'clock noon on the dot. Yeah, temperatura. But
temperatura.
Let me see who's this. That's fuck. Is that? Damn. See, I ain't do the show in a week. I'm forgetting numbers. That's not cool. That's that repetition is when you got it down pat. I think this is Steve. That's crazy if this is Steve and I forgot your shit. Sorry for the delay, and it is Rick. Damn, I always struggle with this one, Rick, in San Antonio. It's because he's a fucking Chicago number with a San Antonio. Like, it's hard to associate. What up, Rick?
Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, that's what it is, man. You always struggle with mine, man.
I know.
It's cool. I appreciate the legwork you did this weekend, man. I did see the Haney-Diaz fight, of course. I thought it was a good fight. JoJo's, like I said, JoJo's nobody to sleep on. He put up his best performance. And it's a good win. It's a good win for Devin. I like how Cambosos is scouting right now, going to these events. You know, I like that, man. He's out there. You know, he's got the titles. He's like, hey, what's up? Him and Haney talked after. I appreciate that. Well, we'll see what goes down in the negotiations, though. That's where the truth comes out. Haney said he's willing to go to Australia, so I'm kind of amped to see what happens. and Cambosos. Moving over to the Davis, and I'm sorry for the feedback. I'm on the road, but I got my earpiece and wired in. So, in terms of Davis and Cruz, man, I didn't get a chance to watch it. I'm just not at this point. I don't feel I'm going to come out of pocket unless it's somebody I really truly want to see against Tank. I think Tank's got the talent, but we'll see what happens with that, man. I heard it was
that's the sad part. It was a good fight. Tank was in a fight. He was in there with a dude that didn't respect him until the end. They definitely showed each other mutual respect. But he wasn't afraid, is what I'm saying. And he was there to fight, and he was trying to win until the last minute. So it's unfortunate. That's exactly what the argument is with these other guys. They're like, oh, he don't need to promote it. Meanwhile, people are calling in that didn't even see the fight. One didn't see it because it was on a Sunday, which, I don't know, maybe he worked. I don't know. Again, pay-per-views can be bought the day after. So, people are going to have their reasons why, but ultimately they didn't buy. And that is bad for the overall production and costs and, profit and loss of that event. But I got Javi in Oregon. What up?
Yo, what up? Well, I gotta say, last time I called in, I bet on under 8.5 for Camboso's tail. You know what? Tail was saying he was gonna knock him out like Lomachenko. I didn't expect that. I thought it was all talk. I expected him to work the body, but he started working it too late. But that's my fault. But I don't like how Floyd is moving Tank. They gotta let Tank be Tank. Floyd was Floyd, and instead of causing beef with the Mexican fans, Mexicans like Tank, but Floyd is getting in the way with the gloves and all that bullshit. Mexicans like Tank, like Mike Tyson, knockout artist. We like his style, but Floyd is fucking it up, man. To be real with you, I don't like that shit. We want to see more Tank. That's my call.
All right. I don't know. Maybe Floyd understands that from a business standpoint. Right now he needs them to hate Tank. I don't know. Floyd had that relationship where the Mexicans wanted to see him lose. For being the dude to beat him. It's just like Roger. Roger would put the Mexican outfit on, and I think he was called Supermax sent me the term. Let me see if it's fresh in my chat and my messages with him. Supermax actually just resent me the name and the term. Majid, you available? Excuse me, Majid. I apologize. I got to go to Jay Will. I am sorry, Jay Will. I'm just seeing this. Actually, I'm not. I seen this shit twice ago. I just have a short attention span, obviously. I keep forgetting this fucking, that you sent the cash app for a counterpunch. And AJ says, Ryan Garcia talks too much. I think Cruz KOs. Yeah, I would love that Cruz fight, but go ahead, Jay Will.
Yeah.
Mexican assassin. The Mexican assassin. Roger would come in with a black. It was all black, right? Didn't he have like an all black Mexican outfit? And
black and white.
Okay, and he was called the Mexican assassin. So maybe Floyd wants him to stay on the enemy side of things for a minute. JP, you got your. I'm gonna mute you. You got your mic is hot right now, like Wheezy. But go ahead, JP.
All right. Well, I got three things real quick. The CYP, man, I never said that how Floyd Mayweather is as a promoter is going to change him being one of the best ever. I just said him being one of the best ever and him being petty is beneath him being one of the best ever, being petty as far as removing posts and things and looking like he's having beefs with his fighter, Tank and things like that. Second, he just said he went to the WBC convention to speak up for all the fighters. He just drug up Lubin, the hammer Lubin up in the crowd in the post conference saying great fighters like him get disrespected, yada, 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 right? But then after that he says, I'm still the face of boxing. So as the face of boxing, how can you posting shit to your page hurt anything? You said out your own mouth, you still the face of boxing. Then 3, I don't know. Well, CYP at 3, the whole black people always ask for shit, man. That shit was corny, man. I'm out.
All right. So now Majid, apologies.
Yo, excuse the back. Everybody need to like the video, subscribe to the channel, join YouTube members and Patreon for something. Hey man, I think that damn near the whole Dazn card was good, you know, and made me get the membership or whatever. I'll be hating on them, but I didn't this weekend. I want to see JoJo Diaz versus Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia talking and shit. You want to get back into the gauntlet, fight your boy. Tank with that hand injury and everything, I think he did what he needed to do. But Isaac Cruz, he somebody worth seeing again. You know, especially the way he. No. Would you like him? No, thank you. The way that he knocked out Jesse Magdaleno and everything, I would just like to see him again. But that's all I got.
All right. So I got Justin. Damn, where you go, champ? Where's Justin? Fuck. Justin, I mean, you didn't say this was a counterpunch, but it do say 4 TBV. Justin from Jersey. Mr. Sharp in the chat. All right. I thought you wanted maybe a counterpunch, but all right, because you're not on the line. That being said, JP, I don't think I ever went to you, bruv. Are you available?
Long Beach in the house, yeah.
Double standards in boxing, man. There's 2 notable black men that have been visible in the boxing scene. That's Al Heyman, Don King. Al Heyman goes to the furthest extent to not be seen for a reason. Don King, he came in there waving American flags like America was nice to him for a reason. Now we have Floyd Mayweather. So my question is, how come nobody says this about Eddie in all the pictures, smiling with everybody? Nobody said it about Oscar when he was up Canelo's ass. Nobody never said all this stuff they say about Floyd regarding this young man. And then it's a double standard, because if Floyd had just taken his boxing career, ran off to the hills, and just been on IG showing chains and money, we'd be like, damn, Floyd, you ain't gonna give nothing back to boxing? You ain't gonna come back and mentor? And that gets me to the miseducation of the community. Mentors and young men. You see, it's been lost in the community where an OG can mentor a young G. That's frowned upon in our community for some reason. The young man don't know how to accept it. Or the old man is too out of place and not in position to look and say, let me show you how I did it. So this is what I'm mad about, and that's my call, bro.
All right. Well, I'm always going to be happy that this is where y'all choose to let it all out. We got Alex Vega that tells Doomy, welcome to Florida, Doomy. Jersey born, Florida living. Shout out to you. You got it right. Big Super Mech says, truth of it is we do need better promoters. Look at social media to casuals who we sell pay-per-views to. The biggest fight to make is still Floyd Mayweather versus Canelo. Damn, that is crazy. Yeah, I mean, casuals do still want that. That's the thing, and he's right, you know. But it's the association game. It's really hard in this sport, you know. That's why Tank is doing well, because look at his fights. You know, look at the caliber of person that comes out. Like I said, that tax bracket is different at a Tank fight. But we got Alex Vega with another one, says, appreciate all that y'all do, from the producers to the hosts, bringing my son out to Border Wars. His favorite intro is Rick Ross Hustling, hashtag South Florida bread. Shout out to you. Yeah, man, the hustling, man, just, you know, grinding. The grind don't stop. The grind don't stop. Who's there? Who's there? Oh, shit, Coach Midday. Midday, are you available? No, Midday? Oh, shit, we do got Midday.
I am the unified heavyweight champion of the world.
I know you're booing me because I whipped the fighter's ass, but you know, that's boxing.
On this side of the pond, we're serious, do you know what I mean? UK Great Britain boxing is on the map.
My God, I feel terrible. I feel terrible that I'm living in your event free.
What up, Ness? What up, Doomy?
What up?
Yo, I ain't got much to say except from those were two good fights, man. Like that boy Cruz did better than we thought, and he did well actually. Tank boxed well, and Devin Haney did his thing, man. He's a technician, man. I like him. You know, he handled JoJo pretty well, man. But yeah, I ain't got much to say apart from that, man. Those were good fights, so we've got to be grateful, man.
That right hand to the body, right?
Man, there's like loads. Like there's right hand to the body. There's like the jab, like distance management, reflexes. It's very good.
Yeah, the reflexes, especially when he drops the right to the body, he pulls back out. But he's always obviously JoJo, with him, he could do that. Maybe he'll adjust for someone else. But with the short reach of JoJo, he was able to poke that body, pull back out, sometimes counter with the left. Oh, man, he was nice. He was nice.
Yeah, he's very nice. He's a good boxer, man. Like, and that's the thing. Like, power doesn't. You don't have to have power all the time or knock people out, right? If you got all that skills, you're gonna make it hard for someone, especially, you know, if they can't, you know, hit you that much. I know he got hit, but JoJo is a good fighter.
Yeah,
he's like he's an elite fighter, you know. So yes, you're gonna get hit, man. But yeah, I like him, man.
Floyd got hit versus Mosley, you know, and he got hit versus Cotto, and no, these guys aren't, you know, those names, but they are the names of his generation, so it is what it is. But Coach, man, thanks for calling in, champ.
All right.
Peace. Canna trying you one more time. Oh shit, we got Brandon Lenz in the building. I ain't see you there, champ. But Canna, if you want, let me know. Till then,
let's start with this. I'm a creative genius.
SDS.
And now, the most dangerous producer on YouTube, Brandon in Houston.
SDS promotion.
What up, Ness? What's going on?
What up?
I was hoping Lady Shane would be on today because I don't know if you remember, but my last call, I said I see Devin Haney outboxing JoJo, you know, fairly easily. But when it came to Cruz and Tank, I did not see it going very easily because because Cruz is very short and he keeps coming forward and he's just an awkward matchup for anybody. And she was very dismissive of it. You know what I mean? She was, I don't need to see it. I don't need to see that. But this is why I feel like everybody should show fighters more respect. You know, I show fighters so much respect that I feel I don't like picking fights unless it's something I'm really, really sure about, because it makes me bad at picking fights because I'm so respectful. It's just a lesson to people, like, don't underestimate anybody and give Cruz his praise, man. He did a great job. Tank showed he could box. Did a great job showing his footwork, like you said, pivots, head movement, reflexes, with an injury, an obvious injury. So shout out to Tank as well. I would love to see Isaac Cruz against one of my favorite fighters, which is William Zepeda, for a Golden Boy. I don't know if they'll make that fight, but man, that'll be. I want to contact Roberto Diaz and ask him myself, could he make that fight? That's a crazy fight. Other than that, man, you know, that's about it. Shout out to everybody, and hope to see a lot of people at Border Wars, man.
All right. CYP, counterpunch.
Yeah. Shout out to JP, because I don't think nobody called in and gave praise to that call, but he echoed what I'm saying, is that is very true. One dude, Eddie Hearn, does the same thing with his million that Floyd does with his promotions million and followers, I mean. And one gets praised for it, the other one is ridiculed. Because we seem to think that if Floyd does more, it will help the sport more. When I'm a boxing fan, been a boxing fan since I was 9 years old, the first sport I ever did. But boxing right now is just not popular enough for 27 million page to be sponsored on. $1 million is a great, and Tank got 2 million himself. Like, this shit that Floyd ain't doing good for Tank is crazy. When we just, I think it was 3 or 4 fights ago, we're talking about how great Floyd has been for Tank, helping him mature, being a father figure to him, helping him stay out of trouble. Now, all of a sudden, you motherfuckers complaining again? This is what I mean. When I say black motherfuckers always complain. You just forgot what you said a month ago. Now he's bad for Tank. But before he was great for Tank. Make your fucking minds up, and excuse my language because I don't really want to cuss at y'all. But y'all got...
Goodbye.
They put themselves in the air. I just kick away the chair.
I mean, this is just, it's comical. Big Gucci Nick, what up? No, Big Gucci. Whoa, what up? I see
Yo,
you.
what up, Ness?
What's good?
Yo, first and foremost, man, shout out TBV. Make sure everybody hitting that like button. Hit that subscribe button too, man.
Let's go. Shout out to you.
Listen, yo, the way that Tank fight went, Tank couldn't have said it better himself, man. A star was born. That's just another player to add to this packed 135 division, man. I don't take anything away from Tank. I still give him a lot of credit, man. Listen, I feel like if Tank had a full camp for Isaac Cruz, I think he would have did a lot better. And still, I don't want to take anything away from Isaac Cruz. That guy, he proved that he really is the Mike Tyson, man, of the lightweight division with the uppercuts and just the way he was kind of bobbing and weaving. That was pretty cool. I want to see his stylistic matchup with one of the other top guys. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, man, that's my call. Shout out TBV, man.
Man, shout out to everybody that actually calls in and talks about the fight, man. That's because, that's what it's about. And that's what we talking about ultimately is the immediate reaction to both of those fights or fight cards and which I think. Because I think, again, both men look really good to me, man. Mitty said it the best, and you just said it, man. Tank did his thing with Isaac, but a star is born. I do. And that's something that's been echoed through a lot of these calls. We all want to see him back. Let's see how long it takes for them to bring him back. But they should definitely strike while the iron is hot. I got Davidian. What up?
Good, that's Heyman.
Chill.
Not much. Yeah, I was excited. There was great fights over the weekend. It was in the back chat with everybody showing some of the fights. Tank did his thing. I like his athleticism, his explosiveness. Him to evade shots, even when Cruz was coming in. Yeah, it was a good fight. I mean, I can't wait to see what, Gervonta Tank Davis does next. And the same with Devin Haney. I mean, I like him. He's a solid, technician. I like his boxing ability, and he was able to handle JoJo. So, can't wait to see what happens with him and trying to get them other belts. So, yeah, that's my call. God bless y'all.
All right, I got LV Slugger. What up?
Only time y'all see me in Rays is when I turn into the Bronze Bomber. I want a body, and he gonna be the body. The ambulance better be ready. The medical better be ready. The referee better be ready. They better have that towel to be able to throw it in.
SDS Promotion.
I'll be right.
LV Slugger.
TBV, what up, what up?
What up?
Yes, man. Glad to see you back, man. Definitely enjoyed the boxing the weekend, man. The lightweight division is definitely popping. You know what I'm saying? Over the last couple of weeks, man, we definitely, they've been real active. Can both of us became a star overnight. And Devin Haney and Tank, fought on back-to-back nights. I was impressed with Devin. He probably beat JoJo in more impressive fashion than Gary did. So he definitely got that handled. He showed his boxing technique. People know where he is with a pure boxer. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't want him to get caught up trying to exchange because the fans want him to. They want to see you lose. So I just my advice to him is just keep boxing. Till you get comfortable with putting your punches together. And I feel like his power will come eventually once he get bigger. As weight. He is a big 135 pounder, so he might be just sucking down and that pop just not that power just not hasn't developed yet. But and Tank, Tank, I was definitely enjoyed the fight. I thought it was gonna be a knockout, but like you said, Cruz came to fight. Definitely gave Tank some problems. But with that hand injury, you could clearly see probably since the 10th round, he wasn't even throwing that left no more. So for him to just use one hand and still get the job done, he definitely showed his boxing technique in that ring, man. And both those off the last two fights, man, he definitely might be licking his chops. So I do give him a shot in both fights. Whichever the direction he playing.
I mean, he definitely showed he could possibly drop Haney because he dropped Tio. So, it's a possibility. But we going out to...
Let's go! Smoke with you. Come on. Info Joe is a beast. Checkbox rep. Undefeated punchlines, better place your bet. The number one call, fought my way up the ranks. Border wars fighter, going hard in the paint. Boxing scene writers call me spectacular.
Yo, what up, Ness?
What up?
Good to hear you back, man. You was getting my work days, man. I was been working 14 hours, man. You was getting me through, my brother. Good to hear you back. Sorry I missed you when you came down in L.A., brother.
Nah, it's all good.
Just been working, man. Yeah, man. On to the fights, man. Shout out to Cruz, man. Shout out to Tank, man. Even before Tank had hurt his hand, man, he was hitting Cruz with some shit, man. Cruz got a granite fucking chin, man. He a force to be reckoned with, and he's another player in a division, man, that's making this division hot. Shout out to Devin Haney, man. Pure boxer, like LB said, man. I think he beats Cambrosa in a tough fight. I would love to see that. I just want to see these guys mix it up. But shout out to all Border Wars fighters. Border Wars 13 going down Saturday, y'all. Make sure y'all check it out. Tickets are still available at the door. Also, it will be live streamed on the Boxing Voice YouTube channel. It's us that you come check it out, or you witness this on YouTube, and it's going down. Ness, we got to pump it up the rest of this week, man, like never before. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the fighters, man.
I feel bad that we've been so busy. It's been so many fights. We've been flying. It's so difficult. We ain't even been able to talk about Border Wars, bro.
Yeah, man. We got a whole full week to knock this out, man. Shout out to all the Border Wars fighters. I hope because it hasn't been a lot of promotion, y'all been slacking in your training and shit. I hope y'all putting it down for your crown, man. It's going down. Border Wars, man. I'm excited. I went and picked up my tux yesterday. Man, I'm hyped. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Ness, you the trumpet for this, man. You gotta blow that horn. Let the world know what's going down, man. Saturday, y'all. Check it out. Hey, yo, where we can watch the fights at, man? We got a 5-card fight that Saturday, man. We're going to watch the fights at after Border Wars. We got to figure that out, Ness.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
I mean, Adrian got the B&B, man. We're going to have to do it there. If not, split up. But we got, I don't know, because, I've never done the whole outdoor, watching boxing like outside of my house. Like I watch it in my house or at the fight. I never been to Wild Wings or none of that stuff. So, James, what up? Alabama.
Yo, what's up, Ness? You hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man. Yo, after a week you gone, man. Hey, I'm glad you back, man. You
Appreciate you,
know,
man.
definitely. We had some good fights over the weekend, and I mean, I know I did a lot of Devin Haney slander, man, and I'm just gonna say, yo, he is good. He really showed that he's elite. When he gets older, that power will definitely build up, and I didn't think he was gonna damn do JoJo like that. I had a lot of faith in JoJo. I thought JoJo was gonna pull that shit off, but it is what it is. Now the Tank's next level, man. I mean, yeah, it looked for what was it, 6 rounds or something like that? He was just fighting with one arm.
That's what it looked like.
Yeah, man. I mean, Isaac Cruz. I mean, I thought he was gonna shit the bed and be out of there in like 3 rounds, but he impressed me as well. So this was a good weekend of fights, and Ness, glad you back, man. And hey, on to the next one.
All right. Well, thanks for calling in. I think that's everybody except Stone Bone. What up?
What up? What up?
Chilling.
Yeah, I'm driving, man, so I might be choppy and riding through the hills right now, man. Looking at this beautiful early before the snow hit, enjoying it. And man, shout out to Devin, man. Devin looked crisp. He looked fast. He looked strong. I thought JoJo was gonna be, like a strong in his chest. And he was like lifting JoJo up, turning him. So that was good to see. I think Devin need to probably focus on his lower body a little bit. His legs look a little wilderish, like skin, like thin. So they might need to figure out something to get his lower body a little bit of girth. Tank, I thought Tank would. Listen, with the injury, I can expect them to do the boxing. But what I want to see from Tank, yes, just imagine this. You know how Tank was he's in the 12th round, how he was spinning him and making him miss and basically embarrassing him a little bit. Imagine if he did that with his counter-punching ability. Imagine if he spent you off and countered you like that. That's when Tank needs to start taking it to the next level.
That's what I'm saying. I don't believe this requires a rematch. I hope they don't dupe us into that LV Slugger counterpunch. LV Slugger. LV Slugger.
I took a minute to get back. I was just wanted to say on the Cambosa thing, he's talking about, fighting in Australia, as in his next fight. So my advice is like, whoever he picked, we all know, it's hard to get a decision for the person who ain't from there, to get a decision. So Devin might get the opportunity. So I was just saying, it's gonna be hard with Devin's style to go over there and just beat Cambosos convincingly. You know what I'm saying? Even if he may win, it's just gonna be hard over there. So I mean, I think if you go over there, man, you probably gonna have to get the knockout, man. You know what I mean? So that's just what I'm saying on that. Devin gonna have to. And then I want to say about the franchise. Like if we do get undisputed, whoever come out on top of that, and that Devin Camboso, they need to throw that franchise out. That's gonna make a statement. For that, they need to go and throw that franchise shit out, man. Throw that shit in the trash, and the WBC get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? But that's all I really had to say. Just whoever come out on top, throw that franchise away, man.
Brandon Boomerang.
Yo, Ness.
Yo.
AD said he need to reach out to Eddie Hearn, reach out for him and get that Montana Love fight. That's what I want. I want AB versus Montana Love.
I'll take it.
Similar styles, similar personalities, similar backgrounds. Man, Montana gonna bring out the same state, Ohio. Do it here in Ohio. Montana bring out the Cleveland thoughts. AB gonna bring out the Cincinnati thoughts. Street niggas in the building. It's gonna smell like Kush and $1 million cologne in that bitch. Oh yeah, I'm in the building for that. We need to make that happen. Can you imagine Eddie Hearn in Ohio in these churches amongst these street niggas in Ohio, man?
Listen, he better do it. Jake Paul showed there's a market. He had what, 18,000 in Ohio?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Then Montana, the man up there, AB, the man down here. Like I said, man, that's gonna be an event.
Stone Bone, utilize boomerang.
Can you hear me, Ness?
Yeah.
Oh, yep. Hey, but yeah, man, Floyd can do more, man. Like, remember that day? This was probably a year and some change ago, Ness, where you went through his personal stuff. It was a fight coming up, and we was like, man, why he ain't posting it? And you went through his personal shit and saw it. Like, man, he ain't never even posted it. So he can do more. Like, I ain't saying he not doing nothing, but he can do more. If all these other promoters can do more, like the biggest brand in sports in a long time can do more, man. So great performance, but I still think Shakur beat all them dudes. Devin probably can outbox Tank. Tank gonna have to do a lot of work to beat him. So boxing is in good hands, man. We'll see. I'll let y'all later.
All right. On that note, hard stop. I've been on for a minute. Pipes is bussin'. Ness GTO, Instagram and Twitter. Catch us on the next one.